Welcome back. Russ, how are you?
Fantastic, man. How are you doing on this fine evening?
I'm doing great. Welcome back, everybody, to 4K Kings, another live event here Wednesday.
Hey, I'm feeling pretty live. I don't know about you.
Feeling pretty live. And with us, as always, in the booth, we've got Lindsay, the producer. Lindsay, how are you doing on this fine evening?
Hey, I'm doing well. How's everybody doing?
How is everybody doing out there? Thanks for joining. Russ, kick us off.
Thank you. That's, oh, we got to do an intro. Nirvana. Are you a Nirvana fan, man?
I enjoy a little Nirvana.
Nirvana. I was listening to Bleach a lot. Bleach. Song Scoff.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I love that song. Love it. Great intro, right?
Well, welcome back.
Get it off well.
Kicking it off with
I think I've gripped the audience, man. I think I have them right there with Nirvana's Scoff.
With a hyper niche Nirvana song.
Hyper niche Nirvana. I love it, dude. I have a crush on that song. I love it. But yes, I've got them.
You got
them where I want them.
You got them in a stranglehold with Nirvana's Scoff off the hit album Bleach.
That's right. I've got them in a love buzz.
Wow, starting the stream off strong as always. But thanks everyone for joining. If you have no idea where you are, this is the 4K Kings live stream on Wednesday, March the 3rd.
Yes.
And we're here to talk about all kinds of stuff.
I think it's the 5th.
What did I say?
3rd?
March the 5th, Wednesday.
So anyway, back to Nirvana's Bleach. We got a couple of days until the live stream, Matt.
We got a couple of days.
It's the 3rd. But
see, you got me all screwed up with your Nirvana talk.
I did, man. I apologize.
Well, tonight, let's get back on track. What's happening tonight?
What is going on tonight? I heard there's some news from Arrow.
We got Arrow news.
Give me
another guess.
Another guess. I'm going to say Lionsgate news.
We got Lionsgate news.
All right, hold on. One more guess.
Okay.
Severin Kids.
No, Severin Kids. I feel like they've disbanded.
Yeah, I think Child Protective Services got involved and they shut down Severin Kids.
Dude, when they started with the peanut butter solution as their first release, you knew where their heads were at, and that was like pure nightmare fuel for when I was a kid.
Yeah, childhood trauma. I think the proper authorities got involved, and rightfully so.
Rightfully so. Well, we got Second Sight.
Oh, I'm not aware of the Second Sight news.
Kino Lorber.
Unaware.
And a whole lot of more. Just, two friends kicking it.
Is the Kino Lorber news an obscure 80s Pacino gem?
You wish.
I feel like they've been on a tier with that. They've been in a tizzy.
They've been on a tizzy.
Yeah.
They've been on tizzies.
I don't know if you guys are watching. We've been covering a lot of tizzies lately on this channel. Check out our Panic Room video.
After we put that Panic Room video up, a few days later, I was just out and I heard people saying the word tizzy, and I was like, that can't be. Did we do something there? Are we bringing tizzy back?
You didn't hear anybody say it. Shut up, man.
It was me.
Come on, man, keep it rolling. We're not doing that.
Oh my God. Yeah. Well, Russ, what's new with you since the last time we got together? Anything new and crazy? I will say there was one thing that I wanted to bring up. We didn't really talk too much about it, but poor GENE HACKMAN passed away.
This is wild. I mean, the man was 95.
Yes.
I'm not gonna pretend that it's news that he passed.
No.
In the sense of unexpected, but the way it happened is very unexpected.
Very peculiar.
Very peculiar, to say the least. The dog. I know. Very peculiar. I don't get it, man.
It's very sad. And I remember seeing, maybe less than a year ago, it was some, news thing. It was GENE HACKMAN and wife spotted in public for the first time in X amount of years. And I was like, huh. Because I kind of forgotten GENE HACKMAN a little bit, to be honest. And I was like, oh, wow, he had retired back in 2004 or something. He hadn't acted for 20 years.
I was about to say, wasn't Royal Tenenbaums his last movie?
He had 2 or 3 other ones come out after that. But yeah, it was close to the last one. Or at least maybe that was the last one he filmed, but other ones came out after that.
Huh.
But yeah, when I saw a picture of him, he didn't even look like himself. I was like, wow, the guy's really old, 95 years old, like you said.
I mean, 95.
Yeah, I kind of didn't even know how old he was. And when I saw him, I was like, wow, he doesn't even look like himself. And then I saw, wow, 95 years old, and here he is.
I'll tell you this. He's in, I love Bonnie and Clyde. That was 1967, and
yeah,
honestly, he looked kind of older even in that movie. He always kind of had an older look, even when he was younger, to be honest.
Yeah, he's been old as long as I've known him, at least. Yeah. And like you said, even when he was probably our age, he still looked like 10 years older.
Yeah, he came out of the womb looking like that, man, for sure.
I know, and I was thinking about some of my favorite Gene Hackman roles. Poseidon Adventure always comes to mind. Obviously, French Connection's one that I'm sure a lot of people always go back to. Even like Royal Tenenbaums 2 is another one of my favorite ones. His performance is excellent in it. And Unforgiven, I feel like, is another one that always sticks out to me, his role in that.
I thought he was superb in A Night at the Roxbury. Nah, that was an inappropriate joke. No, Gene Hackman is a legend. I agree with you. Dude, we got to give a shout out. Did you say? I was just waiting to drop that Night at the Roxbury joke. I'm an
Great.
asshole. I'm an asshole. Did you say we got to give him props for Lex Luthor?
Oh, yeah, Lex Luthor.
He's a great Lex Luthor.
He is. He is a great Lex Luthor.
But yeah, Unforgiven, French Connection, probably two at the top of me on the Gene list for sure.
And I wonder if that'll speed up some of his titles now, like French Connection is an example. Let's get that out there.
You know, I referenced, we spoke about that story of French Connection, how he had to be essentially coerced into saying racial slurs. Like, apparently he was that cool of a dude. Like, even in character, he didn't want to do it. And Friedkin basically had to punch him in the face to get him to do it. Do you know the story about Unforgiven? How he didn't want to do that either?
No, I didn't know that.
So Clint sent him the script, and Gene Hackman, at that point in his career, or maybe even previously, he didn't want to do any films that in his mind condoned violence or, promoted violence. And he thought Unforgiven, hey, this is a pretty violent flick. And Clint had to reach out to him and say, nah, dude, the point of this flick is that violence destroyed the main character. It's that this is an anti-violent film. This is a Western that's deconstructing Westerns. And that's how he got Gene to get on board. Yeah. And if you think about it, in Unforgiven, he's a despicable character in that.
Well, I was going to actually bring that up. And what's interesting about his role in that movie is, I feel like for almost half of it, I never even thought that he was a villain. Like, he was, ruling certain things very strictly, and different stuff was going on. Okay. His character, and because there's some things that he does that you agree with, sympathize with, but then there are things that he does where you're like, oh, this guy's got a mean streak. Like, he is kind of like, and then as it turns out at the end, obviously Clint's got to do what he's got to do, but that's why I felt that role of his was compelling, because he kind of like straddled the line between despicable guy and understandable sheriff.
When you first started saying that, my immediate thought was that scene with him and Freeman in the jail when he's like basically beating the shit. And I'm like, what? He was sympathetic, but I kind of see he comes across in the beginning as he's
no nonsense sheriff.
Yeah, and he's sort of like disarming you with I'm kind of like
he's building his house. Yes, he's like trying to retire.
Yes. He's three-dimensional.
Gene Hackman, everybody.
Three-dimensional.
Gene Hackman.
No, great actor. And it is tragic and sad. And I hope they ruled out carbon monoxide. I think that was everyone's thought at first, right? I'm not the only one who thought
there was some like gas or carbon monoxide thing.
They confirmed it's not that, though.
No, I think they had some thing on his pacemaker that showed like when it had stopped, and it was like 9 days before he was found. So there was like, I don't know what conclusive evidence there will be, but it is a shame. It's a shame. Did you see, I don't know if you watched the Oscars at all, but Morgan Freeman kicked off the In Memoriam and gave a little tribute to him also. It was nice.
No, I'm not watching the Oscars, man.
Just that piece. Did you see that piece?
No.
Oh, yeah. It was nice. He said a little something nice about him.
He worked with him twice, I believe, right?
What would be the second time?
It was Unforgiven. And then wasn't
he was in Royal Tenenbaums
drama or something. I'm thinking of something random.
No,
it wasn't like a heavy hitter, but I know there was another movie they did together.
There was a movie I saw people reference on, and I saw it on Gene Hackman's earlier filmography called Scarecrow with him and Al Pacino.
Yeah.
What did you think about that?
That's a good movie.
Is it?
Dude, it's like they're not bums, but they're like hitchhikers. They're like, dude, I saw it once, and there's an interesting story. I commented about this to someone who I replied about this movie.
Yeah.
It was like lost for a long time. You couldn't find it on any home video. I'd seen it on one of the Encore channels in the early 2000s. And like you, I was just kind of skimming through, and I was like, whoa, Al Pacino and Gene Hackman.
Right,
I was like, what is this? And I ended up watching it, and that was the only time I saw it, but I did enjoy it. And I remember thinking, like, why don't more people know about this?
Yeah, that's cool. I saw that and I was like, I never even knew they were in a movie together.
Yeah.
Awesome. How's everybody doing out there? Lindsay, the producer, what's the vibe in the chat tonight?
People love Gene. And also people love Michelle Trachtenberg, too.
Yeah, they snubbed her,
Yeah.
Tony Todd, Bernard Hill, rest in peace, and somebody else I saw that people were pissed about. Oh, Shannon Doherty. I think people were upset by. But I guess there's like a full list online. You can literally see everyone that passed away, but they're only going to air certain people, and I don't know.
But that was a proud moment. I feel like we watched just a tiny bit of the Oscars, and after the In Memoriam played, our son, who's 11, was like, they missed Bernard Hill.
Bernard Hill.
He noticed right away, and we're like, wow, what a kid.
What a guy.
And
We've
just to
done right.
clarify, she's referencing her son with Matt, not our son.
Yeah,
Our son together. It's a
collective
very
son.
polyamorous.
We gotta remember clarify for the audience.
The concubine here.
Yeah. How is so everybody's chiming in on Gene, missing Gene a little?
Yeah, they're missing Gene.
Yeah, missing
And
Gene.
yeah, those are the movies you guys mentioned are also being mentioned on the chat.
God, and you're talking about this in memoriam, and they're talking about Michelle Trachtenberg. We're omitting her. Matt, thoughts on Ice Princess?
Never saw it.
I have.
I don't even know who Michelle Trachtenberg is. No offense.
I showed you a movie she starred in. She is in Mysterious Skin.
That's right. That's
the
right.
Gregoraki
Okay.
feature.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right.
Come on, dude. That's like a family-friendly, pleasing film. You didn't run out and show everyone else Mysterious Skin after I showed you?
No, I did not instantly show it to everyone I knew.
I'm shocked.
Everyone I know was in the room that night to see
I'll
it.
tell you this. People will be in a tizzy if you do that.
All right, let's move on from Gene. I need to pick me up, Russ. Let's talk about things we got in the mail.
That is true. What
you got
things we
something?
in the- Oh, recent pickups.
Yeah, you got
Recent
stuff in the mail?
How many did you receive?
Well, just this item over here and something that we got in our P.O. box.
I have 4.
Oh, let's see what you
came
got.
in since the last. All right, we'll start off with a little 88 films purchased through Zaavi. American Pie
Okay.
on 4K.
Very nice.
American Pie. Now, Matt, I'm a little intrigued by this. Can you feel this slip?
Sure.
What does that feel like to you?
I like that. It's not exactly that velvety feeling of the 7 digipack slip, but there is
No.
a smoothness to this.
It is. It's an odd feel. I can't quite
It's not
put my
shiny.
finger on it. Get it? That was a nice pun.
Great.
Because I can put my finger on. No, but for real, yeah, no, I'm happy. I just got it the other day. It was held up in customs hell for a week or 2, I believe. So
Okay.
this just came in. I'm interested to see the transfer on this, dude. And since they're putting out the entire series individually, which I like, I might, depending on how this one looks, I might bite the bullet and pick up 2. I have a soft spot for 2, man.
Nice. I don't. Did they put a full box set out for all of them,
I think they
or
announced.
the sequels in a box set?
Yeah. So from what I gathered, the first 2 are 4K
Mm-hmm.
because there's 4 movies, and then they're going to put together a set. And I think the other 2 are standard blues.
Okay.
Or it might be just the 4th one is a standard blue. I'm not sure what the situation is. First one's definitely 4K. I believe the second one is 4K as well.
Okay.
Yeah, beyond that, I'm a little lost. I'm not picking that up though. Like I said, I'm on the fence about 2. But I'm happy with 1, dude. I think over the years, this movie's kind of been shadowed.
I don't hear too many people talk about it at all.
Don't hear and listen, this movie is a pretty big pop cult.
It's a landmark.
Am I wrong? Correct me in the chat. Did this film not coin the term MILF?
It sure did.
I had never heard that term before this film. Now you cannot even search Pornhub without it coming up. It is the top searched. That or Step. But anyway,
Thank you, American Pie.
Is a great film.
It's a great film.
It is. I like it, man. I like it a lot. What did you get, Matt?
What else did you? We got the.
Well, we're going to balance it out.
Yeah. Let's see. What do you got there?
All right. Our longtime viewers are going to love this one.
Okay.
You're going to love this one. I've been bugged about this. Like, Russ, when are you going to watch this? Russ, when are you going to watch this? And the answer is 2 days ago. I watched the UK classic WITHNAIL and I.
That looks really nice in person.
I know, and I waited to watch it until I picked up this Arrow release, which came in since the last time we streamed.
It's a great color.
Oh, it really is. I believe it's the artwork. The dude, again, correct me in the chat. I'm new to this fandom. Who did Hunter S. Thompson's artwork, right? For Fear and Loathing and all that. Yeah, dude, take a look at this edition, dude. It's beautiful. And, while you're doing that, I'll share my thoughts since this has been recommended to me so often. For all of you who recommended WITHNAIL and I to me, you are 100% correct and you get me. This is exactly the kind of movie I love. I love the humor, the scuzziness. I'll have to admit, as an American, I feel like there's a bit of a lag sometimes with maybe some cultural references, especially because it takes place in the late 60s. Made in the 80s, takes place in the 60s. But dude, the humor, like the wit of the dialogue in this film is so sharp. Like it's not like I'm laughing at direct comedy beats, but there are just lines of dialogue and responses that had me howling. It's brilliant. I agree with everyone. It is brilliant. And since I'm so new to the game, I'm excited with all the features that are on that disc, dude. I know. I want to like go through it. Even seeing, I had no idea George Harrison was a producer on it.
I just saw that. Is that the George Harrison?
Yeah, I'm sure it is. Well, yeah, he produced Monty Python stuff. He produced movies, Terry Gilliam and whatnot. So it makes sense. But stuff like that. As a kid, I was a huge Jimi Hendrix fan. So like, there's one scene when they're traveling to the cottage and all along the watchtower comes like this. Just like I said, man, it had me in a tizzy, man. It tickled my tizzy. I'm really glad you enjoyed it. I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that are finally thrilled that you took the time. Think Midnight Cowboy, like a touch of Trainspotting, not as intense, and maybe Monty Python, I guess. I don't know. I'm not fake British here. You guys can correct me, but as an American, I dig that style a lot.
No, and one thing I wanted to comment on the packaging, which I couldn't put my finger on what it was that was different, but this is it's got a hard box, just like, their traditional limited editions with the release and a booklet in there, but it's slimmer. It's a little slimmer, and I can't tell. I guess it's probably because maybe the booklet's a little slimmer. Usually this box would maybe be like a 1/4 of an inch thicker. So it's interesting that they didn't just decide to put this booklet in the case. They wanted to give you a little hard box, which I like. It's just a thinner version of one.
It's a hard box. It's slimmer, but not in the way, like, when Arrow put out Silence of the Lambs or The Warriors. It's not a slim, like almost slipcase box. It still has that thick,
it's great.
It's gonna protect it while you said being slimmer.
Very nice.
Yeah, highly recommend the movie. If you were like me and waited too long, check it out. And I'd like to know what the chat thinks, because I know I was getting roasted about putting off viewing this masterpiece.
Let's just take a quick peek, because I have to imagine the chat's in a tizzy.
I bet they are, man.
Let's see. About Time Russ, Kirk Redgate. About Time Russ.
I know, dude, and it is. It's one I'm kicking myself over. It's like this is my style. This is.
How does the box feel? Says Google's Trial of the Day. Feels good.
It's smooth.
Matt Mead here. Hi, Russell and Matthew. Matt Mead, hello, welcome to the chat. We're just about to talk about you in 2 seconds.
Russell and Matthew.
He
does that with everybody. He calls me Joseph.
So. Hopefully everyone is now can leave Russ alone about the WITHNAIL. Now I have to see it. Would you recommend it to me?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I'm not sure, because humor is subjective, and that is one thing you and I think if there's one genre you and I tend to part ways on, it can be comedy. It can be comedy, right? Dude, it was awesome too. You brought up Naked Gun 2.5 to me.
I did.
I didn't know there's an actor in Naked Gun 2.5 that's in this. I didn't even realize he was from the UK. I had no idea. I thought he was an American actor. The dude is in the wheelchair. And he has a twin in Naked Gun 2.5, the big guy.
Yeah.
He's in it. Yeah. He's he's gay Uncle Morty. I believe his name is Morty.
I'm trying to remember his name in Naked Gun 2.5.
It was like an Oppenheimer play. I forget off the top of my head.
It's gonna kill me. I can't remember. So one thing that we also got over here, Russ, courtesy of one Matt Mead. And I haven't even taken it out of the wrapper yet. The NOSFERATU Steel. I'm going to hold it up for the box cam so the box cam can see it. So Matt Mead, a longtime audience member and friend of the channel, reached out and said, hey, I got an extra one of these. I'll let you have it for 3 times the price because right now on eBay it's going for about 4 or 5 times. But because I like you guys a lot, I'm only going to gouge you 3 times. And I said, thanks a lot, Matt. We really would appreciate that.
Yeah, we said, thanks a lot, friend.
No, he offered this to us at cost, which I thought was pretty swell. So thank you so much, Matt Mead, for holding on to one of these extras for us. Really appreciate it. Obviously, still haven't watched it. It's in the wrapper. Haven't seen this yet. Excited to watch it, and we'll come back with our thoughts. But I hear the release itself, the quality of the transfer is like first rate. First rate stuff.
I mean, it should be. It was shot yesterday.
First rate from yesterday.
Is it still in theaters?
I don't think so.
Wait, are theaters still a thing?
Theaters are still around.
Okay.
These things called theaters still exist, but I don't know if the movie that came out on Christmas Day is still there.
Ah, man. I was talking to a 30-year-old the other day, and I had to explain to them like what a movie theater is. It was
fun.
Yeah, it was depressing.
It's like your phone, but bigger.
A little bit.
Is that what you said? It's like you know when you're looking at your phone, but it's just a bigger version of it that you don't have to hold.
Ironically, in the middle of the sentence, they pulled their phone out. I was talking, so I have no idea. We're a couple of old men now, just yelling at clouds.
Old and mean. But we have one more thing. What else you got? Oh, you got
I have a couple more. I just want to show you this. Remember I told the story about how I placed an order and 10 minutes later tried to cancel it and could not?
Yes.
I received the Trainspotting Steelbook.
It was unknown to me that it comes with a slipcase.
Yes. So I wanted to bring this here and show it to you. And I gotta dig it, man. Look at it for one of your favorite. Maybe like top 20 movie for me. It's a top 3 movie for you.
It's number 2, baby.
I want to get your thoughts on this. And for reference, those who don't know, what happened was I was placing an order for something else to get qualify for some shipping benefit. I placed an order for this Steelbook. 5 minutes later, I regretted it, tried to cancel it, and Zaavi was like, sorry, bro, it's in processing. So I could not cancel it. But I have to admit, I'm kind of happy it wasn't canceled, dude. It's slick, isn't it?
I like it.
Compared to the Criterion
debacle. Yeah, I like it. No, I like it. I feel like it's definitely one of those occasions where the product in person looked better than the screenshots that was shown.
Especially with the slip.
Especially, and because, you can see like, how things are shining, and just in person, I do think that this color scheme looks good. I like this. I think this looks good.
And I'll tell you when I got it, Matt, if you want to change your mind, one of your favorite films, it was $28, which isn't bad. I also wanted to point out to you, I noticed yesterday, I don't know if it's still going on, but on Amazon, the Collateral 4K Steelbook was $17.99.
Oh, snap.
So if you were
hot deals,
I know you were on the fence probably about Collateral, but $17.99 for a 4K Steelbook is
now all 1,800.
Oh yeah, we're doing a live stream. Hey guys, Collateral 4K.
I know. I was going to say now all 16,000 people that are watching are going to buy up all the collaterals that are left.
That's right. I should have told you about that behind the scenes.
Thanks a lot.
We have one question from the chat.
Question from the chat, Lindsay.
Regarding the Trainspotting that you just got, does that mirror the Criterion 4K?
Yes.
Like the picture quality? The
Same
transfer?
scan.
Okay.
Same everything. Same disc.
Yep. And lastly, Matt, I would like to take an hour and a half to argue with you about the 90s classic, My Girl.
There she is.
So Matt, tell me, why is this your second favorite film of first or second favorite film of all time?
Second favorite film where a child dies in it.
We should do a top 5 films where, dude, Gage is number 1. In that.
That's terrifying.
Gage, come on.
There's a few child deaths that I've seen that I'm like, oh my God.
I think Gage is number 1 and 2 on our list.
Gage is tough. That's a tough watch.
Yeah. No, we're not going to go through that. That's worth a segment of its own. That's a video on its own for you and I to.
Can we get a poll on that? Do you think that would get pulled down from YouTube if we put up a video of top 5 child deaths on film?
Oh my gosh.
That's like really
well.
good.
We're not talking about like actual video footage snuff films.
And we're not talking about celebrating child death.
Well, I am, but yeah, I understand what you're saying. Damn, somebody should have laughed when I said that.
I only got applause. So, Russ, do you have anything else over there before we jump to this package?
No, that was it, dude.
So we were very fortunate to receive a package in the mail from a viewer, audience member, and also extreme friend of the channel who reaches out to us frequently, Jordan from Canada.
You know, whenever we get these packages, I'm always picturing Dennis Hopper and Speed as like packaging it and sending it to us, like him all maniacally laughing while taping this up, and kaboom when we open it up, you know.
I think it's been scanned by the USPS, but I could be wrong.
I don't know. Aren't all of our federal agencies like getting cut now? Who knows?
Who knows who checked this package? Jordan, we're putting a lot of faith in you.
Yeah. Jordan, you sure do like tape.
We'll do our best to not tilt the box so that everyone can see your full name, address, social security number, and blood type.
That's right. That's right.
All right, Russ, what do we got here?
Happening? There is a handwritten letter. Jordan, is he in the live chat tonight?
He is.
Oh, you are,
here.
Jordan.
Yep.
Great. Do you want us to... Is this something we should read on air, or?
Well, he said it is clean. The package is clean.
Okay.
So that's a good start.
No, we had the bomb squad check it out before we went live. Yeah, we had the dogs come in. Is this something you would prefer read, or do you want us to read it offline? I don't know. Let's. I'll put that aside.
Okay.
Now, Matt, you
All right.
read it.
Would you like me to read it?
Out.
You take out what's in there, Jordan. You give us a thumbs up if you want us to read it.
Oh, wow, there are a few.
We'll
things.
read it.
Oh, he says, yes, please read.
Okay, read it out loud.
Okay, read it first. This is like Christmas. Read the card first before you open the present, Matt.
Good evening, 4K Kings. I want to start out by thanking you for your dedication to the physical media format. It's folks like yourselves who keep the spirit alive and well. As a token of my appreciation, I have donated the including 4 4K films to your collections. These come from my shelf into your hands, inside your player, through your eyes, and out the backs of your brains, or there are the most insane horror films ever produced. Enjoy.
Oh.
The most insane horror films ever produced. Enjoy. All right, what do we got?
Jordan,
what did he send?
Jordan. You set the bar high.
Wow, Jordan.
For real, he came in swinging. He just threw his dick on the table.
I was going to say, are you guys out there ready for this?
Yeah. All right, Jordan, let's see what your choices are. Okay. And before we do, thank you for the kind words and your support. You are obviously
well regarded in our hearts and home.
Yes, we are. Oh, all right. This one, I know, Matt, this one's going to be going.
Oh, what is it? Demons 1 and 2? Oh, snap.
He sent you the Synapse release of Demons 1 and 2.
Jordan, my man. Oh, my gosh. That's so awesome. Thank you so much. I have not seen this movie to this day because I've just been so terrified. Now, is it time for me to finally face my fears? Is that what you want me to do? Demons 1 and 2, everyone.
Now, Jordan, I am a fan. I'm a fan of the first one. I have never seen 2 all the way through. I've seen bits and pieces, and what stuck out the most, what I remember most about 2, honestly, is the soundtrack. I remember there were songs that were like hit songs. I don't even remember what they were now, but I was like, why is this in Demons 2? But the original Demons is incredible. Dude, he sent you the Breakfast Club cover, Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2.
Wow, dude. Thank you so much. I know we've been talking about this back and forth that we had just watched Texas Chainsaw Massacre. He'd been talking to you for a while about this film and what you thought about it. And I think you told him I had never seen it.
Is that how it came about?
I think so. And he was like, well, he's got to see this. Jordan, thank you so much.
And Jordan is somebody who has known Matt for, I don't know, 30 years going on maybe. We're not that old. Probably maybe like 4 years. I am interested to hear his thoughts on this movie. I'm going to be honest. I could see him going either way on it. And I could see him going either way.
And can I say that it's the Vinegar Syndrome 4K as well? I just want to make sure that was very clear that this is the Vinegar Syndrome release, which is awesome. Dude, Jordan, thank you.
You are...
He mentioned it has the reversible cover.
Oh, does it? Oh, and it has their new cover on it? Oh, yeah, it does. It's got the new artwork on there.
Oh. And look what else he sent, Matt. The original TCM Steelbook.
Good Lord, dude. Is that the, can I see that? Yeah, that hands off. Wow. Look at this. Wow, this is incredible. Jordan, you just don't want these anymore, or you just want to share the love? Man, this is too much. It is too much. Thank you so very much.
Seriously, Jordan, you are a
Dude, what a
sweetheart, a gentleman, a scholar.
And now we know where you live. Maybe we'll send you a little something as a thank you. Really appreciate that. Really can't wait to see these movies and report back and let you know what I thought.
And you're giving Matt an education. You didn't send anything I haven't seen. I'll watch Demons 2. I have to watch Demons 2 for you. And then Matt, we both seen the original Texas Chainsaw. Matt's homework is Demons 1 and TCM 2. Mine is Demons 2.
What's the chat out there thinking about Demons 1 and 2? And do we have a Demons audience?
Yeah, it looks like it.
There's a big Demons audience out there?
Dude, our demographic, this is our bread and butter, man.
Wow.
They're all this is another case, Matt. They're all clowning you for never seeing these.
Well, once again, Jordan, thank you so much for sending this to us. Really, really appreciate it. You're a great guy, great friend. Thanks so much. And yeah. We'll try to get something your way as well.
Great friend.
Russ, you ready for some news?
I'm ready to do some news, Matt.
You ready for some news? Are the people ready for news?
Some news.
Are the people dying for news?
I hope not. Stick around.
Stick around. Don't die before the news shows up. Tomorrow, before we jump in, just one last thing. Tomorrow, we will be airing our Kill Bill Volume 1 review. It's been a long time in the making. It's on its way. Get excited for that. And then shortly thereafter, next week, we will have our Kill Bill Volume 2 review, which is only about 4 months late.
And then our Whole Bloody Affair review will be debuting shortly after.
Shortly thereafter.
Shortly after. And I do want to point out, for those of you who may not have noticed, 4K King Shorts has debuted. And it's interesting because I did notice I have the bell, I have my notifications set up for our channel. I didn't receive any notifications for anything about the short we put out.
Yeah.
But this is going to be our a continuing ongoing thing. I hope you guys are watching. They're pretty fun to put together. I think they're hilarious. I think they're comedy gold.
I've enjoyed watching them.
I mean, of course. Well, yeah. But keep an eye out because honestly, even on like my feed, I didn't get a notification, anything. So keep an eye out for those.
Yeah, we'll have a couple of those dropping each week, as Russ mentioned. So please take a look. It's in a book.
Oh, don't get that in my head now.
A reading rainbow?
I've asked this question of so many people for 30 some years now. Does anybody remember this show? Every time I bring this up, no one knows what I'm talking about. It was on HBO in the 80s. Okay. I think it was HBO. And it was a show called Encyclopedia.
I loved it.
I remember
Thank
that.
God. And dude, do you remember the theme song to this day? Every now and then it goes, Encyclopedia. Like that. Yeah.
Jim Fife. He was like the main guy.
Maybe. But what I'm saying is, dude, I fucking like get that every time I bring it up to people. They never know what I'm talking about. What was that show? I gotta look that up. I gotta go to a rabbit hole and like
go on YouTube. There's clips of it on there.
But it's so vague. Was it on HBO?
It was.
It was?
Yeah.
How old were we when
we were very young, and that guy Jim Fife was on a lot of stuff. Like he did a commercial, like documentaries and stuff. How like, kids get tricked.
Yeah. I made the joke, but I do like that guy was recognizable.
Yeah. Each episode would be like the letter E, and it would be like sketches that were revolving around things that would be in the encyclopedia under the letter E. So it'd always be like silly stuff, and it was always like it was comedy stuff, comedy sketches.
And I'd watch that show today and learn things. They got to bring that back. What's Jim Fife doing? What's Fife Dog doing today?
I don't know, but we watched some of it not that long ago on YouTube. That's what I'm saying. I know it's out there.
You're the only person in 30 years. Every time I bring that up to people, they look at me like I'm insane.
You're not.
Well, I am, but you know.
I don't know if anybody else out there has seen it too, but
dude,
one
the chat
of us.
The chat is going
Oscar
crazy.
Burroughs
They're like,
has seen it.
oh, I know. The chat's like, these motherfuckers brought up Jim Fife. They're fucking going.
Encyclopedia? Did they say there's news on a DVD box set?
That's what I ran home today on Wednesday to turn on YouTube to hear. Don't worry, guys. The 4K set's coming soon.
Coming very soon.
A commentary by Matt and I.
On the way. Oscar Burroughs Wrangle and maybe barely one other person saw that, but that's okay. All right, Russ, that's what's coming soon. Let's talk about the news. You ready to talk about some Steelbooks?
Well, I'm always ready to talk about Steelbooks, Matt.
You down to talk about Steelbooks?
It's actually a problem.
It's actually a problem. Lionsgate Limited, they are churning them out. I feel like every other day there's like another announcement for what they're putting out.
And if they're going to keep announcing heavy hitter titles like this,
yeah, they've been doing a pretty good job.
Stay out of their way and let them cook.
Yeah, they've done some serious titles, some ones that, you know, are like for the kids.
Like Basic Instinct.
Exactly, Basic Instinct and King of New York for the kids.
Yeah.
And these are coming out. Both of these are coming out April 15th. There's already pre-orders up for these on the Lionsgate Limited website. 4K Ultra HD Steelbooks. Now, both of these have previously been out before, and they're bringing over the same, 4K transfer along with it. Basic Instinct Studio can output out. I should have grabbed ours to show it, but that had come out in like 2022, like early on in the channel. We did a segment on that, I think.
We did.
Didn't we?
We did.
Yeah, it was a long time ago.
No.
But what's kind of cool, and I don't know if this is the first time I'm seeing this, but there are all legacy features plus new ones that Lionsgate got.
Wow.
For both of them.
Ooh, I'm interested to hear what's on King of New York.
Yeah, so let's take a look here at the Basic Instinct Steelbook. Here it is. This is it opened up. Got the iconic scene, Sharon Stone on the front.
I will say this, if they're going to keep running with this theme, like for instance, we all went harsh on the Jackie Brown artwork a bit.
Yeah.
But if this becomes a line, right, where it's a similar motif on each one, I'm going to like it more, especially if we're doing titles like Basic Instinct, King of New York, Jackie Brown, etc. I'm warming up to it.
Yeah.
Aren't you? Like, for real, this I like. Right off the bat, the artwork.
I think it's cool. I
as
think,
a montage, as like as a collaboration, as a celebration of the movie, and it's well, I guess I'm somebody who already has another edition, and I'm totally talking over you before you're getting to the points of this, so I'm going to shut up. I'm
trying to get so many points and opinions out. First of all, the one thing that I noticed about this art, and I was like, is it too much to hope for? That this is a lenticular cover kind of in line with like Stir of Echoes that we saw. Because if you'll notice on the cover, Sharon Stone, her legs are crossed and you have like that thing that's going across this way. But when it's off, you see her legs are crossed the other way. And could you imagine if like the lenticular thing was like her leg, like...
Wow.
Could you imagine
crossing over?
Lionsgate was selling pornography?
But you have that city like skyline like cut down the middle that blocks any nudity or any
or
any
even
problems.
better.
But wouldn't that be funny if like so that when you took it off, her leg was the other direction?
Yeah, or they did exactly what you said. Like the lenticular cover was her opening her legs, but then it was Newman's face in there. You know what I mean, blocking it just so it's safe for kids.
Wayne Knight.
Yeah. That would work.
Oh my gosh. I don't know. I thought that was kind of funny. I do like this art. This artist, her name's Lula Tole. She's done some like posters, some like collectible posters and things. I have a few of her artwork from previous stuff. And I always liked her
Does she
style.
work for Mondo?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. It's just like a very kind of soft, like painting sort of style, but I'm sure again, up close, it'll probably have a little bit of a different feel. So yeah, if you didn't pick up the Studio Canal version, I mean, here's a excellent time to pick up their 4K. Plus, let me see about the extra features. I'll tell you what we're looking at here for extra features for Basic Instinct. So it's everything that we had before, plus Basic Instinct, Sex, Death, and Stone featurette, and then an unending story, scoring Basic Instinct featurette, plus a 2021 4K restoration trailer. So a featurette on scoring the film and a featurette on, I'm not exactly sure what, but it's called Basic Instinct, Sex, Death, and Stone. So 2 new featurettes.
I guess Sharon Stone.
I guess.
Unless they're throwing us a curveball and
I guess.
a documentary on Oliver Stone.
Oliver Stone. So I think that's kind of a cool touch. Put these out, not just that they're in collectible steelbooks, but now they also have some additional features too.
That is cool.
That's pretty cool.
I like that.
I like that. So here's your Basic Instinct. Let's see. Let's take a look at King of New York. So there's King of New York. You got the king himself. You got Larry, Lawrence, Fishburne. And this was out before, let me see. This was out before on Arrow. There it is there. And that's the one you've got.
Yes, I own that edition.
Yeah, and you kind of have the same Christopher Walken pose here on this new Lionsgate cover.
So I think it's safe to say that Lionsgate is acquiring UK, Arrow, and Zaavi titles.
Maybe
in North America. That's what it feels like.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's the case with Basic Instinct and King of New York.
Yeah, no, you could be onto something. Yeah, I'm not sure, but it seems like so many so far have been that way.
Lionsgate Legend coming soon.
And what else? And what else they've already owned, like the Kill Bills. The Sacred and Profane in King of New York is a new limited extra, and Flashback on King of New York, Christopher Walken. Flashback on King of New York, Paul Calderon, and so those are 3 additional featurettes in addition to everything else.
Wow, so a new interview with Walken and your boy, Tarantino's boy.
Paul Calderon.
Yeah.
I would like this if this slipcase, when you pulled it up, like Walken's hair came off.
Oh my God.
Kind of like Flight Risk. I know he's not bald in the movie, but that would just be kind of fun if that giant coif of hair just kind of like
Fishburne's hat comes off too.
I just need things to come off.
Yeah,
I need a whole
that.
other art scheme underneath the slip. Lionsgate, if you're listening, come on. These are the ideas we need. His shirt comes off.
Dude, I like the opening, or when you open the Steelbook, the scene they're using there. That's an awesome scene.
Oh, yeah, you got Wesley Snipes in the back, too. I almost missed him there.
Dude, this cast is loaded. You have no idea. They could have thrown Steve Buscemi on there, Giancarlo Esposito.
Yeah.
They got Caruso on there.
So do you think...
A ton of people in this movie.
Is this my time to finally check this out?
Hell yeah, dude. You fell in love with Bad Lieutenant, and this is... For Ferrara, this is probably his second most esteemed film.
Okay.
I am scared because it's not going to pack that punch.
It's watered down?
Not watered down, but it feels more like a movie, where Bad Lieutenant feels like, shit, you just dropped a camera into hell. You know?
I loved it.
But King of New York is going to be more like a stylish gangster film. You're going to have a blast with it. It kicks ass, dude.
Okay.
Dude, this is a great cult movie. Any hip hop fans out there, Biggie, you know, to Frank White, that's Christopher Walken's name, took it from this movie, King of New York, you know, all that. Loose story, dude, if you want to know, is he's getting out of jail in the beginning of the film, right?
Okay.
The thing with Walken is he's a mafioso, he's in New York, but he works with black people. Okay. Whereas like other Italians and all that don't. So he has his crew with like Fishburne and all them. He's running this new era, basically. You know what I mean? And he's kind of an outsider for that. You know what I mean? And he does have like actual kind of genuine interests in improving things in New York. So it has that quasi moral conundrum that Bad Lieutenant presents, but not at all in that depraved,
gritty way.
No, this is going to feel like a movie, but it's going to feel like a badass movie.
And does Walken, is he the king? Is he like good in it?
Yeah, dude, he's the main damn character.
I know, but I'm saying, is he the king? Is he good?
Yes, that's referencing him.
Is he badass?
Is him as an actor?
Yeah, in this film, is he good in it?
Dude, one of my favorite scenes of anybody getting gunned down is in this movie, and it's Walken. He's like, the dude disrespects him. Walken kind of turns around and walks away, laughing, playing it off for a second. He's walking towards the camera. Walken's walking towards the camera, and then all of a sudden, dude, he like in just like the switch, or in a switch, he just flips, turns around, you see the camera from a different angle, and he's just mowing the dude down, and the look on his face, it's visceral as hell, dude. I like you, dude. You can see what he did in Bad Lieutenant. Ferrara can do violence. He can shoot violence. He can stage violence. He makes it beautiful, and this is one of those films. Like,
okay,
it's think Goodfellas, but you know, nothing is on Goodfellas level, but like it's that, man. It's that kind of a blast of a film, man.
All right. What's the chat thinking about the King of New York? Bolo Young says King of New York is sick.
Yeah, dude, it's great. Who said that? Mike Christie, easily Abel Ferrara's best film. My favorite is Ms. 45, which I have tattooed on my arm. Ms. 45 is one of my favorite movies of all time. But I'm not mad at anybody picking King of New York or Bad Lieutenant.
Oscar Burroughs Wrangle, a matte lenticular 4K would have his beard come off, much to the horror of producer Lindsay.
He also gave us an idea for Russ's lenticular up above.
Yeah. Oh, he did?
Yeah.
A Russ lenticular would have his face disappear while the hat and glasses stay. Like Memoir of an Invisible Man.
I was thinking that. Yeah, that would be beautiful. Hollow Man.
Jordan, you and your generosity know no boundaries. Thank you so much for the tip. Did you hear that Sound of Music 60th anniversary and Die Hard with a Vengeance are coming to 4K this year? I saw the thing about Sound of Music. I didn't see anything about Die Hard with a Vengeance.
And they're skipping 2? They're just going right to Vengeance?
Who's putting it out? What do you know? Tell me.
The scene was played out on classic. Hold on.
Oh, sorry.
The scene was played out on classic. Jay-Z's Pain in the Ass skit. King of New York. Was that on Reasonable? Dude, there's so I get confused with Jay. He's done Carlito's Way, Scarface. Damn, dude, on Volume 2, he's got a song called Reservoir Dogs. There's a ton of stuff, but you're right, yeah.
And now this. I love how Matt's thinking. See, this is the kind of... See, people get it. They know.
That was in regard to the Basic Instinct leg crossing?
I know what he meant, or she meant. I'm not sure. I know what they meant.
That was in regard to me suggesting Newman's face.
Yeah.
Tony Marie, I just ordered Basic Instinct and Kings of New York. Solid. Solid.
Both great films. Hey, we're underselling Basic Instinct in a way. I consider Basic Instinct a 5 out of 5.
That's awesome.
I
can't wait to watch it again.
Top 3 Verhoeven.
Yeah,
American Verhoeven, you know.
Triple R3, does the King of New York edition come with a styrofoam cup? I don't know what that means, Russ. I'm going to need you to fill in.
It comes with urine you can throw on someone's leg.
Jordan says the whole collection of Die Hard is coming in 4K. Insider studio information from another channel who has always been legit with info. Jordan, you know, I don't want to hear about other channels. Yeah, okay, Jordan, guy? I mean, just when you're here, bud. You know, like really on our good side, you went and you just said that. I'm just kidding. It's fine. You can like whoever you want. You can watch whoever you want to. We really just appreciate you. No. But secretly, once this is over, I'm going to be really just moving furniture around in the studio. How upset I will be.
That's right. 2 to 5 are coming supposedly to 4K Die Hards, I imagine.
Possibly.
Yeah.
I mean, it's about time.
Would you buy a set of that, Matt? I think you did that on Blu-ray, didn't you?
Yes, but it was only the first 4. I don't know how many are there now.
It's 5.
Really? I feel like there's more than that. My Nakatomi Plaza edition. I think there's 4 in there. Yes. It's at least 4. I think.
No, there's only 5.
Okay, all right.
They did A Good Day to Die Hard was the 5th one.
I'm gonna need another Nakatomi Plaza though, if they're gonna put the 4Ks in there.
Like, let me tell you. Hold on, this scene right here on the inside of that Steelbook. Tell me if you think this is badass. So what's going on is walking. He just got out. He's got like this chick with him. I think there's another woman with him in the scene. I could be wrong. But anyway, he's on the subway alone late at night, and he's about to get harassed by some local hooligans, you know, because they look at him like, hey, fuck, we're going to get this guy. And like instead of fucking with him and doing whatever, he takes out a wad of money and he said, hey, you know, boom, you come work for me. He's like, you're good. He's like, yeah, I like you. You look me up on Monday, you come work for me. It's like shit like, you know, it's like one of those movies you're just going to watch and have like a...
I'm trying to think about
fun with it.
Have I ever seen Christopher Walken as a gangster?
True Romance?
Right, for like a scene, yeah.
Oh God, I'm sure it is.
I'm trying to think if there's like, I'm trying to think of all the stuff I've seen of him. When has he been like a tough gangster, not like a friendly?
King of New York, man.
Okay, all right, Russ.
There's your introduction.
Well, Lionsgate Limited.
To that problem.
I'm ready to check it out. Thank you, Lionsgate, for putting 2 more titles out that are really awesome. Great artwork, awesome new features. Hope everybody out there is excited for this. I wanted to just share one quick story too before we move on to Arrow. And I don't know if you saw this, and apparently this isn't like the newest of news, but it has all of a sudden just kind of like started getting circulating again regarding DVDs that Warner Brothers had been DVDs Warner Brothers pressed from the years 2006 to 2008 apparently are experiencing disc rot. And whole like entire releases and box sets and things are no longer able to be played. And it has to do with I don't know if this is like indicative of everything of all time, but I think it has more to do with some process or how they were pressed perhaps by Warner Brothers in that time frame. And a lot of these titles at this point are even out of print. And so you can't even get them replaced. So now they're almost like lost media in a way. So I saw don't know if I have the just to throw the article up, but then I can show.
Did you have a list of titles? Was there?
Yeah, yeah. So hold on.
Be interesting.
So here, okay. So here's the article that I read the other day on like Joe Blow, but there was like a lot of people that were cross-referencing it. Again, it wasn't completely new news, but for some reason it was like coming back up again. That nearly everything between 2006 and 8, like I said, DVD box sets and things that again have not even made the jump to Blu-ray yet.
Oh no! Is my Desperate Housewives set okay?
I guess we're gonna have to find out. So this is like I said, here's the article, and I'll bring over just so we can take a look and see like the actual titles. Hold on 1 second.
Well, it says right here, Wild Bunch, Shawshank Redemption. Actually, so is it just DVDs or Blu-rays?
It's DVDs.
Well?
It's just DVDs. But like I said, a lot of these, they've only ever been on DVD. And a lot of times people haven't upgraded their DVD to Blu-ray.
Well, I'm trying to think in 06, 08, I probably wouldn't have been buying as many DVDs because Blu-ray had debuted by that. Well, no, in 06, when did Blu-ray debut? I don't think Blu-ray was out in 06.
I
think it was around 08, 09. Yeah.
So here's the box set. Like here's a long list of box sets and entire series that Warner's put out on DVD.
I blame Blake Lively.
Betty Davis collection, all 3 volumes. Like so much classic stuff. Warner Brothers has owned so much stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
They've put out right.
Huge catalog. And
they might not have ever planned on putting it any further out in Blu-ray or anything else, some of this stuff. Like look at some of these things.
Wait. Oh, okay. Oh. I do have the Lois and Clark seasons 1 and 2. Okay, I'm safe though. I never bought the 4th season. Yeah, I'm gonna go home tonight and make sure I gotta run through. I'm gonna binge watch Lois and Clark.
My Terry Hatcher better be safe.
I don't want any disc rod on Terry Hatcher. Silverhawk. Oh no, I thought that was Silverado, Matt. Whew, you can breathe easy.
Dude,
I thought that was Silverado, but it says Silverhawks.
The only thing that I noticed was my Tales from the Crypt. I've got all 5 seasons of Tales from the Crypt.
I have that too.
And we just watched an episode the other day with no issue it seemed, but now I got to go and inspect them.
That's a title that needs an upgrade. Come
it does.
On,
I need that on Blu-ray anyway. DVDs of The Sopranos.
I have that on Blue.
I know. So those got upgraded. Luckily, Veronica Mars.
Oh.
You know. And now here's some titles. And some of their like, Film editions and director series and stuff. It's a lot of stuff.
These are some classic films.
They are. So the one thing, I'll keep scrolling, but the one thing that there's been an update from Warner since this, I guess the story kind of caught fire, Warner's actually responded to it. And what they said was that if you have an affected DVD, they will replace it for you. If it had been reprinted, let's say on Blu-ray, they will replace it for you. If it has not been, then you're basically out of luck, but they will give you, I think, a title of like value or something, it said.
Wow.
That's really generous.
Actually extremely generous.
Yeah. It says they are aware of the issue and they're actively working to replace defective discs. Where possible, the defective discs have been replaced with the same title. However, as some of the effective titles are no longer in print or rights have expired, consumers have been offered in exchange for a title of like value. Consumers with affected product can contact customer service at WHV@WBD.com.
So, that's pretty crazy. Wouldn't you expect them to just be like, yo, kick rocks?
Yeah, no, they're going to...
The format's dead.
Yeah, I didn't think they came with a lifetime guarantee.
Can you think of any other product that isn't available anymore that they're just like, no, we're still going to honor you and replace it? Like, that's...
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
That's strange.
It's cool that they're standing up for it, but yeah.
Definitely cool.
And I don't know if you're taking a look at these titles, dude. It's so much stuff. It's crazy. It's really 208 titles. Just all those box sets, because some of these shows that come out these days still are only coming out on DVD. And it's like they probably assumed, as we all did, like this is it, but my DVDs are fine. Like I've got a ton of DVD collections on TV stuff or whatever. And if I found out that, those were goners, knowing that like they're never going to put In Living Color out on Blu-ray. They're never going to put Married with Children out on Blu-ray. Or maybe they will.
But yeah, I hear
Kids
you.
in the Hall.
Trust me, I hear you, and they're doing the right thing. I'm just surprised by it.
Me too, dude.
Me
too.
Warner, salute. That's right, salute. Tip of the hat.
So let's see, Russ. You want to talk about Arrow?
Oh yeah.
You like talking about Arrow?
Arrow. Bows and arrows. I like it all, man.
Bows and arrows. Let's see. Curious to know how the people are feeling about the announcements this past week for Arrow's, May. They got May coming out.
I thought you meant the film May, that horror film from the early 2000s.
No.
All right.
I don't know that one.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Let's see. Let's get this off the screen, and let's take a look at. Let's take a look at this.
That's much more attractive.
So here we go. Jason Goes to Hell. Jason X. More Friday the 13th films coming out in 4K slowly but surely. The fans are getting drip drops of all the different Friday the 13th movies. This is like the fourth ones now to come out. From the
love
original.
you, man. I love you, man. We get drip drops. We get tizzies. I
Drip
love
drops.
it. I love it. No, you're right. But you know what this also tells me? You're going to get a Freddy vs. Jason arrow at some point.
I would buy that one despite the fact that I was let down by that movie.
Let down? You're... Oh, my
I love that. Oh my God. Just then. It was very exasperating.
Yeah, well, we'll get to the news in a second. Please explain, how are you let down by Freddy versus Jason?
I was let down.
But with what?
Oh, we have a point of contention here.
It says that there's not enough this space to continue recording,
Okay.
and that all the screens went down.
Oh no. Hold please, Russ. Entertain the crowd if they can still see you.
Well, if you guys can still see me and hear me, or maybe one or the other, I'm going to explain why Matt is woefully wrong on his take with Freddy versus Jason. I have heard numerous complaints like that, where, oh, it didn't live up to its hype, or I expected more, etc., etc., etc. This film is called Freddy versus Jason. This is not Sophie's Choice. This is not anything. Did you get Freddy versus Jason in this film? You're goddamn right you did. You got a whole 20 minutes where it felt like a wrestling match of these two pricks going toe-to-toe in both their worlds. One other random dumbass complaint I always heard about it was, how could Camp Crystal Lake be so close to Elm Street? Like, dude, we're watching a movie called Freddy versus Jason. That is utterly ridiculous. Who cares about geography here? It's a silly, stupid movie that lived up to its premise and delivered, honestly, more than it had any right doing. That's pretty good, man.
Keep it going, Russ. I'm almost there.
Out into the ether. I wonder if they can hear me.
They can hear you.
Oh, wow. Shit, I was
You're
going kind of hard.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm on the radio now or something. Let's look around the set here. I'm going to point out, people have talked about our train spotting Criterion laser disc. That's actually mine, even though it's on Matt's side. I've had that for years. It was only $20 when I got it. What else we got out here? Zombie Army. If you guys still haven't watched the Zombie Army,
I'm back.
Starring the incomparable 4K King Matt, I highly recommend that. And if you don't find his performance riveting, my 10th grade math teacher's performance is Oscar worthy. It's insane.
Russ, thank you so much for keeping that cooking while we dealt with a little bit of a technical difficulty, but I believe we're still live. I don't think we lost a single moment of that.
Well, you lost the debate on Freddy vs. Jason, but it's cool. We're going to keep moving now.
Jason Goes to Hell, Jason X, out May 20th, 4K, Ultra HD. Previously, as you know, Russ, all of these titles have been out on Blu-ray and a coveted Scream Factory box set, which to this day is the gold standard of box sets. I feel like anytime I've ever seen anything referenced, people just are like, that one's it.
That was a sweet, slick set.
It was. These are, I said, the third and fourth film, Friday the 13th films to be released on 4K. 1 and 2 were out previously, as well as the 2009 remake. So I guess these are like, this will be the fifth. I didn't see, I don't know if anybody saw this, or maybe there's more details out there that I missed, but in the news announcement I saw for it, it didn't say anything about the transfers for these. It just said that they were Dolby Vision HDR presentations. It didn't say, you know, restoration from this or that. That line item wasn't even there. So I'm not sure what we're getting here necessarily. Maybe someone out there knows. Jason Goes to Hell is coming with a theatrical and an unrated cut. Yeah, if you like that.
I believe that was, correct me if I'm wrong in the chat, but I believe that has been available. For years, that was a point of contention, but I do think it was on that Scream set.
Gotcha. And it's coming with a bunch of stuff that was there before, plus new interviews with the makeup effects person, some actors, a composer, and like I mentioned, all the archival stuff. And the unrated cut is getting a new commentary also.
Well, you know, that interview with the composer should be really interesting because most people forget John Williams did Jason Goes to Hell.
Did he? Sorry, I blanked there for a second, but that was great. What a stinger.
That artwork is revolting.
Thank you. What, the original one?
Oh, that's
with the snake. That was the original artwork from back in the day,
and that's pretty classic to me. I always
it's better than the movie. Trust me,
dude. That art of that weird worm coming out of the silver thing, I've always thought was awesome.
I didn't know what I was looking at.
It was so cool.
Because that fold is there.
So let's see. So both of the films, like I mentioned, they're both packed with extras, just like this one is. Here is, let's see, Jason X. So there's Jason X there. Another, again, I feel like fairly iconic poster as well for this series. I am not the biggest Friday the 13th fan, but some of the posters that jump out at me always were, outside of the first one, this one and Jason Goes to Hell, honestly.
Well, that's because you were older then. And the other ones kind of, they followed a similar pattern, those 80s Paramount boxes. I like the new artwork, but I'm a sucker for any time Jason Voorhees is presented in purple, because I'm a big fan of that Nintendo game. So I love that so much. And you're right, I like how it comes with the original artwork poster. I'm a bigger fan of Jason X than I am Jason Goes to Hell.
Are you?
I don't know if people agree with me on that, but honestly, Jason Goes to Hell. Here's the thing with Jason Goes to Hell. Have you seen it?
I have.
Okay. Do you remember when you saw it as a kid like I did? Outside of the last scene of that movie, which we were all about 10, 11 years old or something like that, when the mask is laying there and Freddy's glove comes up and grabs the mask and pulls it out. Dude, all of us at that age, we jumped up. We fucking lost our shit.
Yes.
But the movie itself, dude, do you remember it?
It's not great.
Not at all. It's one of the worst Friday the 13th movies, hands down.
They probably added that scene because they knew it was shit.
Yeah.
This movie sucks. Let's really give them something to talk about.
Whereas Jason X, on the other hand, knows it's funny. It knows it's camp. We're in space. Come on, we know. Like at this point, and it works, dude. It honestly works. I even feel like Jason X has aged well because of that. Yeah, because of its self-awareness. Yeah, dude. I might pick up Jason X.
Stray observation on my end, which I mean, I've always been a Nightmare on Elm Street, series follower, and not so much Friday the 13th at all.
Same.
I didn't realize until just looking this news up and seeing like the release dates and stuff that Jason Goes to Hell was sort of like the last entry in 1993. And this one came out in
2000. 2001.
Yeah. So like, let me see. This series wrapped in 93, 2003. So 10 years later, Jason X comes out.
No, 2003 was Freddy vs. Jason.
So what's this? This 2001?
At least. It was either 2000 or 2001. But they're wrapping up the series in your mind with 2003 because that's
2001.
Freddy vs. Jason.
So 2001. So like 8 years later, I guess I didn't realize that Jason or Friday the 13th had wrapped up so early in my childhood. It wrapped up in 93. I was 11. I just didn't realize it had wrapped up so soon because I was watching Nightmare on Elm Street all the way up, weren't we?
Well, Nightmare on Elm Street wrapped first. Freddy's Dead was 91, unless you count New Nightmare.
That's what I think I was thinking maybe.
Well, even that's 94. And that's not a direct connection to, Freddy's Dead and Nightmare 5 and 4 and all that. God, well, that's a meta.
My memories are terrible.
Yeah, no, it was all around the same time.
Okay.
Yeah. Freddy's Dead was first.
I felt like it went on longer.
No.
All right. Well, thank you for putting me in my place in front of everyone. The one thing I did want to ask you, just based on the new artwork. So this is that one in the middle is like the remake, and this is the first time I saw this art style that they've used. And now all of a sudden, with these older ones, they're going back and they're doing a very similar art choice. I mean, I don't know if they're going to keep doing this is like their thing now. Like whenever they're going to put a 4K Jason out, it's going to be this like rip down the middle. But I don't know. What do you think about these?
I like it because in my mind, these titles are kind of removed from, I know they're part of the Friday the 13th franchise, but to me, Jason Goes to Hell and Jason X, they feel different than the ones from the 80s. The ones from the 80s, to me, those feel like the real Friday the 13th movies. I guess through Manhattan, I suppose would have been the last one. Yeah. Whereas Jason Goes to Hell feels like a bookend, and Jason X felt like again, almost a parody, self-referential, meta. That's what horror in the late 90s was doing. And I felt like this was Jason's turn in the sort of Kevin Williamson world. You know what I mean? So I like that these are going to be differentiated with this artwork. I wouldn't like this artwork on the old school ones. I wouldn't like this artwork on the 80s ones.
Right, yeah.
You know, but for these, for the bookends, for the sort of, you know, the bonus chapter on the special edition, you know, I like that they're unison. I think that's cool.
Will we ever get a box set now that they're slowly rolling out? What do you think?
I don't know. I mean, well, so far it doesn't seem like it, because Arrow's putting these out. What other Friday the 13th releases we've had? They have not been through Arrow.
Been through the studios, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. And then you got Freddy vs. Jason, which...
Could they pull a miracle out like they did before Scream Factory?
Well, I guess that's what I'm saying. They do have Freddy vs. Jason, because they're the ones who's going to be putting out that box, and they're not putting it on that set. And it's New Line Warner. Yeah, just like this. So, yeah, my guess, we're going to get a Freddy vs. Jason that looks like this.
Okay.
And then that box set of Nightmare is going to be up until New Nightmare.
And if that happens, I will pick up Freddy vs. Jason, even though it was a little bit of a letdown.
Don't worry about it, dude. The chat's with me. We had a whole discussion. I went to the people directly, Matt.
There was a poll while I was gone? Was there a poll?
Yeah.
Did you run a poll while I was gone?
Come on. We had a technical difficulty and you got up and ran. You're essentially maintenance. I'm the star here. And I went directly to the people and told them what's up about Freddy versus Jason.
All right. That's fine. I can live with that.
But I thank you for your service.
Okay.
I appreciate what you do for me around here.
Kept it running. All right, let's see. Arrow, Russ. Also now, as we talked about last time, April, fistful of dollars. Now for May, we're getting a few dollars more, for a few dollars more. Basically the same treatment as the last one, just now you're getting this one next, and the Good, Bad, and Ugly will be after that.
I thought they were all announced. I thought the whole trilogy was announced in this style. It was announced, and now this is just confirmed and what the box and everything looks like from the inside. I think we only got like the artwork, sort of like the flat artwork there. I'm debating doing a massive blind buy. I feel like every time we talk about this, the comments get so angry at us.
Yes.
And it brings back so much repressed feelings of not having a father and not being raised right.
Yes.
I feel bullied, man. I feel bullied. And I think I'm gonna the ultimate blind buy, just the Sergio Leone trilogy of Clint Eastwood. And I think Matt, what I'm trying to say is I think I'm gonna blind buy becoming a man.
It's about goddamn time.
Goddamn time. Won't you tell me I'm really happy? Out of the fucking blue, I'm gonna become a man.
You're gonna become a man overnight as soon as you watch this. What I've never heard this before. When I was looking at the transfers, they're referring to it as a 4K restoration from the original 2-perf Technoscope negative.
Yes.
I mean, myself, I prefer a 3-perf Technoscope negative, but they're giving you the 2-perf here.
I'm with you. Casper with Christina Ricci, that was a 3-perf masterpiece.
I got the 3-perf. This only 2.
Yeah. What are you gonna do?
I don't know if I can buy this.
Changed. It was the 60s.
I don't know if I can buy this 2-perf Technoscope negative.
I don't know. We'll have to reach out to Arrow and get a confirmation.
Everyone's in a tizzy over the 2-perf. Let's see. What else is Arrow putting out for May? Here you go, Russ. This is what else they got for you. The Andromeda Strain. Steppenwolf.
We got some Michael Crichton.
Yeah, Michael Crichton. Got a little Michael Crichton for that ass. And I Will Never Leave You Alone.
Oh man, I love you too.
That and Steppenwolf are newer movies, 2024, 2000 and late 2000s. But Andromeda Strain, I've never seen that.
Neither have I.
You've read the book though. Can you say you read a bunch of Michael Crichton?
No, I don't know if I attempted it. The Crichton ones, because we were 11 so when I was 10 years old, I knew Jurassic Park was coming out. I read Jurassic Park when I was 10, 11. Jurassic Park, Rising Sun, Sphere, Congo, and I think I attempted Andromeda Strain, but didn't finish it.
I'm still waiting on Sphere coming out.
Rising Sun was a wild read for a 10, 11-year-old.
I bet. There's some some China espionage shit.
No, well, it all kicks off with a sex act that turns into murder.
For a kid.
Set me down a weird path.
Set you down a weird path, but not.
I got a lot of weird kinks, Matt.
You got a lot of weird kinks now, thanks
Rising
to
Sun.
Rising Sun, Russ. That's a great story. Let's move along. Let's move along to Second Sight. You want to talk about Second Sight?
I do. This is the one I'm aware of.
All right. Second Sight coming out April 28th. They've got 2 titles coming out: The Coffee Table and The House of the Devil. You heard about this coffee table? I've been meaning to ask you about it.
Heard it's sturdy.
I saw someone make a joke. It was like, does it have legs that pop out like Kramer's coffee table book that becomes a coffee table? No.
I've actually never heard of that movie. No.
I know we've both seen House of the Devil,
Yes.
and I have not seen The Coffee Table, but I wanted to show that, obviously talk about what Second Sight's putting out, but I wanted to see if you had at least heard about this movie, which is sort of getting a lot of, it's a notorious buzz, I guess you could say. It's kind of a very dark, black comedy, which shocks me that that's what they're billing it as, considering what this movie is about and what goes on in it, which most of what I've read people talk about, which, like, again, I haven't seen it, but they're saying you should know as little as possible going in. So I don't know how much I should share about, this movie. I don't know if we need to do a poll.
It's funny, as you're saying these words, New Metal Ricky just left a comment saying the coffee table, yeesh, going blind.
Yeah, a lot of going blind talk, which I don't know. Maybe I'll just tell Russ what it's about offline if people would not want to know, at least like the jump off point. But it's definitely a movie that's got a lot of people talking because of some gruesome thing that goes on in it. And not that it's like a Serbian film or something like that, but it's like one of those ones where it's being referenced as like a challenging watch. Can you handle it kind of a thing? And again, they're billing it as black comedy, which I don't know. Maybe it's funny. Like it's like dare to laugh or something. It says like one of the taglines I saw.
Dare to laugh.
Someone like left that comment on like a letterbox thing I thought I saw.
That's
I don't
threatening.
know. So this was actually, all right, let me just give the details. So April 28th on Blu-ray, Second Sight UK, Vinegar Syndrome, they had like a partner label. I think it was OCN. They also put this out. Sorry, let me jump over to that really quick. They also put this out in case anyone had seen this. It's the same. This is the same thing that that Second Sight is putting out. This is their like a limited edition slip, which is already sold out. You can still buy the regular, I believe. I remember when this got announced, people had already known, apparently, that there's some lore. People had already known, apparently, that Second Sight was going to be putting this out. And the thought was, or at least maybe the rumor was, that the Second Sight version would be 4K. So a lot of people just skipped out on this altogether and was like, I'm going to wait. Even though the slipcase ones got bought up, a lot of people just waited. And when the Second Sight one was announced, it turned out it was Blu-ray only. And a lot of people, I feel like, were a little, in a tizzy about it. A little miffed about it not being in 4K. So I don't know if there's fans out there of this film that were in that boat, but I know that was a bit of a topic.
2025 is the year of the tizzy.
A lot of tizzies.
A lot of coffee table tizzies.
So here's the package and everything opened up from Second Sight. A lot of red. Again, they're going a lot of red. They've done this a couple of times, I feel like, where I've seen a title that comes out and like everything's just red. Which I know that the movie itself is not drenched in red, but I don't know.
I know. I've never seen the movie. Nobody's telling me anything about it, but yeah, these are some ugly photos.
I
don't know. Maybe it makes sense once I see the film, but
I know it's interesting. And
I like how everyone's like, no, don't allude to anything. Don't go in cold. It's like the film is called The Coffee Table. Like, what the fuck would I expect from this shit?
I know
this is great. Like, it's brilliant. So far, it's winning me over. I am going to take up the dare to laugh.
Dare to laugh.
I'm going to see if I can do it.
It definitely has some notoriety at this point. That's for sure. I will say, so this art that I shared, this is the original poster art for it. Is this like shattered glass with this man? And I honestly like that a lot. I think that looks cool. So as far as this is concerned, I'm not really sure what this scene is with the person in the shower. Again, I haven't seen it. But it's definitely piqued my interest. This is definitely one of those movies that to me, it's like, I've got to see this. I got to seek this out. I got to like just see what it's all about. Like all these other movies, just that morbid curiosity. Like I'm into it. And I have spoiled myself to know what the jump off point is and what this movie's about, which is why I don't know if anybody cares to hear that, but maybe it goes too much into spoiler territory. I don't know. Russ, I'll share it with you after, unless there's some demand out there. But
they don't want you to share.
All right, no sharing. I won't share. But this is coming out from Second Sight. Cool release from them. Dare to pick this up. Go in blind buy it. I don't know if this is a movie you'd want to watch multiple times.
They dare you to laugh multiple times.
Dare you.
You know what? If you do laugh, show up at their doorsteps and say, fuck you.
And then I laughed.
What are you going to do about it?
House of the Devil. You remember this movie?
Yeah, I'm a fan of this movie.
Before Ty West did, what did he do? X? Pearl? Maxine?
Maxine, yeah.
This was before that.
Jumanji.
Jumanji, as everyone knows. This is coming out also same day, April 28th. This is also just on Blu-ray. There's already been a Blu-ray out for this for a couple of years ago, from 10 years ago, from MPI. And
I mean, but that kind of makes sense. This movie was shot on toilet paper.
Yeah. And Umbrella actually has put this edition out already as well for this film, in case you're jonesing for some House of the Devil. I don't know if this one's sold out.
It's crazy. I really do enjoy this movie, but it's in that Evil Dead department now of I feel like there's always a release coming out of it to where I just don't ever feel propelled to pick it up.
Yeah.
I always feel like, well, I'll wait for the next special edition, you know?
Yeah.
But it is a great flick and that's solid. I might do it here.
It's got a ton of new features on here if you are a fan of this film. I think the artwork here, it's not drenched in red. I think it looks better here. It's a little bit more moody. You know, you have a little bit of variety of the photos and such. No digipacks this time. Just got a little case that goes in.
Really? No digipack?
Yeah, it's right there. You see that case? See that Blu-ray case? Just going to slide right in for you. That and a booklet.
Oh, it's Blu-ray.
Yeah.
Kind of like Inside, the way they did that.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly the same. And I will say I would give this movie a 3 out of 5.
Oh, really? I'd go higher than that.
3.5 out of 5.
I'd go 4 out of 5.
I mean,
this was pretty cool for when it came out.
For when it came out,
Ty West has always been a little bit ahead of the curve.
Yeah,
and nah, he nailed this tone. If somebody did not know the year this came out, and you threw this movie in with a bunch of movies from the late 70s, early 80s,
oh yeah,
you could fool anyone.
It fits,
and even some of the cast. Oh god, wasn't like Mary Sokolov in it? Like, there's a couple cast people in this that are directly from those movies. Nah, he did a great job.
Tom Noonan, creepy as hell.
Yes, dude. He did a great job with this flick, man.
As far as capturing all that, I totally agree with you. This is one of those movies that I could see, like, the biggest complaint that this movie gets is that it's slow. Because a lot of the punch doesn't happen until the very end, but the slow is a gradual build that goes to the final crescendo at the ending. But that's a criticism that's levied against it. You don't agree? You don't hear people say that?
No, because, dude, what this movie is, there are so many films that look just like this, feel just like this from that era that, trust me, modern audiences would label as slow as well. Like, dude, he had an assignment in front of him and he nailed it.
Yeah, I know you disagree.
Anybody saying that just doesn't like what those movies were.
Yeah, no, I know you disagree, but don't you think that's what you see as a negative when people are criticizing this film? That's what they say about it, that it's slow.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I'm saying they're wrong because, like, that's the thing I can't view as subjective, because when I see this, Ty West did that intentionally. That's just not your cup of tea. He didn't fail.
No, he didn't.
And it's not a movie where it was like, I was intending this to be fast and it came across as slow. It's like, nah, he's emulating this era and he did it beautifully.
And the ending is worth the wait, even if you felt that.
Just like those movies in the past were. Just like those Don't Go in the House type movies and all that. He nailed it.
Yeah, it was really cool. And definitely, like you said, some of the actors in it are really, really pretty crazy,
And he's proven it. It wasn't a fluke with this. Everything he's done since this has gone on to great acclaim, and that Maxine and Pearl series is huge. That's like becoming a horror classic, I'd say. I mean, for modern stuff.
What's the chat feeling on these releases? I'm curious for both of them. What's everybody think about House of the Devil? And for Coffee Table. Invader was here. I heard The Coffee Table is a great film. Dickie Holmes, Lynch's Lost Highway has the most violent coffee table death scene in cinema history. Matt Mead, does Russ always push you around like that?
What did I push him around on?
Yeah, see that, Matt Mead? I'm glad it's being aired.
I'm sorry, Matt.
Ian Hunt, Matt doesn't like Freddy vs. Jason, so I'm adding a full star onto his reviews, at least. Scott Shermer, love Second Sight, not getting either of those. Coffee Table is a fun, dark film for the whole family. It involves the whole family.
Sounds right.
Yeah. Yeah, New Metal Ricky, The Coffee Table, Yeesh Going Blind. There you go. A lot of Dollars Trilogy love up here.
A lot of people that watched it with their dad.
A lot of people that watched it with their dad.
I know, man. And I'm telling you, I say that in jest. I don't have any like legit, I don't care. I didn't have a dad. But with movies like that, even as a child, I remember, you know, if I had a friend or something and I could tell like, oh, their dads are watching Clint Eastwood, their dads, and I'm going home and fucking Dirty Dancing is on.
Dirty Dancing, baby.
Yeah. And it's like, I didn't have that. Nobody showed it to me, you know.
But hey, you got to see Dirty Dancing.
That's right. That's right.
Someone wanted,
which is comedy gold. There's one part in Dirty Dancing that's like one of my favorite scenes out of any movie ever. One minor scene.
What minor scene?
It's her sister and she's singing in one part. And it's just so minor to background, but like what she's singing sounds so terrible and it makes me like, she's like, oh, do you know what I'm talking about?
I know the scene.
Because you know, a lot of women grow up with this. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I actually just
Lindsay?
saw Dirty Dancing like the first time like 3 years ago.
Oh, God.
Which is
but you know how, like the sister, the brunette, she's I forget.
She like doing like a hula
yes,
thing?
Yes.
Really
and like what like whatever it gets in my head all the time, and it's comedy gold.
Nero said no one puts Russ in the corner.
Damn right. Yeah, come on, it's Swayze too. I dig Swayze.
Someone said that we should cover up the mics, and I should tell you the kickoff point to the coffee table, and then they'll judge it based on your reaction.
All right, do it. For real, do it. Mute, I don't know. Just mute. We can mute the mics, can't we?
Should we go on mute and I'll tell Russ and then we can come back?
Mute the mics for a second and tell me what it is.
Should we go on mute? That is the question. Should we get through the news and do it at the end?
Sure, man.
Let's get through the news and do it at the end. Lindsay, you give me the temperature on that when we get to the end. If we should do that. So Second Sight, and the last thing I want to mention for Second Sight is there's no news on this, but during the Oscar like red carpet or whatever, when Sean Baker was on there, someone from Letterboxd was talking to him and mentioned that he's working on a release with Second Sight for Florida Project.
Wow.
So, and then Second Sight posted that too to say like, yeah, we've been working on this with him, you know, whatever. It seemed like it was okay for him to talk about it, but yeah, I guess he had mentioned it in an interview, which I don't know if you saw. I know you said you didn't watch the Oscars, but he won 4 Oscars himself, which I guess is like a record. And at one point at the end during like an interview, not only like he went off about, you know, physical media, that we're in a golden age for people that love movies. There's so much great stuff out there. And when he won his Best Director award, he had this whole thing that he read about, you know, how important theaters are and we should focus on theater experiences. And he really just bigged up like all the stuff that we love, which, you know, just endeared the guy to me a little bit more. You know, I just really liked what his message was out there to the people. And the fact that he's hooked up with Second Sight for this is pretty cool.
Damn right. He's an honorary 4K king. And I'll add on, we'll give him more props. Similar to Dirty Dancing, I'd say one of the funniest moments I've ever seen in a movie also is in the Florida Project. Remember when she gets mad and she runs out and removes her tampon and throws it on the door?
Yeah.
That was hilarious.
Loved it. Loved it.
As a Florida girl, I really appreciate that.
Did you do that, Lindsay, the producer? Is that common Florida practice?
Very much, yeah. All the time. Tampons flying everywhere.
Tampons flying everywhere.
Shout out to our viewers in Florida.
Give Florida a round of applause. All right, Russ, let's move along. We're going to talk about Shout.
Let it all out.
These are the things
I can do without.
Come on.
That was good, man.
I wanted you to keep going. I thought you were going to say, I'm talking to you.
Talking to you.
Come on.
I lost it after that.
Russ.
You're the bigger Tears for Fears fan, I believe.
I've been dying to get your thoughts on the BLAXPLOITATION Classics Volume 1 from Shout Select.
Why? You want me to get canceled?
I know. I am dying to know your thoughts.
Most people come to me, Russ, we want to know what you feel.
Yeah, we've talked about this genre of films several times on this channel. You've referenced several films within this genre, and I didn't know if you saw this news, if you saw the titles that were included.
I haven't.
But this is a new box set coming out from Shout, which honestly, when I saw this, I was like, wow, this is really cool. This subset of films they're putting out all in 4K. Like, to me, this is the kind of thing that would be in like some Blu-rays or something.
That caught my eye immediately, so I'm interested to see what the titles are.
Yeah.
And let me explain something. I am a fan of blaxploitation films. I wouldn't call myself an expert, though. But I am somebody who is, more than your average bear.
I got you. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, they've done the erotic ghost stories. They've been doing some Golden Harvest stuff. I mean,
The Lord's work.
They're putting these box sets out. I'm curious to see where they go from here. But here is the first, one from Second Sight. Let me just get my details over here. What is this?
4K though. That's incredible.
It is, and this is coming out in May. 6 blaxploitation classics, 12 disc total, 4K and a Blu-ray for each one. And here are the titles: Cross 110th Street, Black Caesar, Hell Up in Harlem, Coffee, Sheba Baby, and Truck Turner.
I'm buying it.
What do you think?
Fucking hard. Across 110th Street, admittedly, is a little underwhelming. I don't think most people, if they're sitting down to watch a blaxploitation flick, Across 110th Street is going to give them exactly what they want. Black Caesar is probably my favorite blaxploitation flick. Actually, we got it. We got the soundtrack is right behind me on vinyl. Black Caesar is amazing. Hell Up in Harlem is a classic. Coffee, Sheba Baby are both Pam Grier, dude. They kick ass. And Truck Turner's Isaac Hayes. Yeah. We're getting Black Caesar on 4K.
Yes.
That's badass right there. Shit. No, that's awesome. Who's putting this out?
Shout. Yeah. Well, it's actually Shout Select, which I did not realize, because you can't tell that based on this box. But just today, right before we aired, the insides were shown, the innards. You want to see the inside of this box? The gutty works?
Go for it.
And that's where I found out that it was Shout Select.
Original artwork on all of the... Wow. Dude, that's beautiful.
There you go.
Holy shit.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, right? I think, and I'm sure, I don't know if they're reversible or whatever, but that's the art you want. I saw a lot of people saying that the outer box looked a little too like GTA or something, a little too cartoony. I think it looks good.
I'm happy to get these movies in 4K.
Yeah.
Throw whatever on that box. And when you get their individual cases with the artwork on them, there's nothing to complain. Throw the box out if you don't like it.
Seriously, look at that.
I mean,
that's individual cases. That's great.
Wow. That's great. That made my night, Matt.
Nice.
I was not expecting those titles. I honestly was expecting it was going to be like shit I'd never heard of.
Yeah.
Like one, it would be like, Foxy Brown, and then a bunch wow.
Pretty awesome. And it's volume 1, dude.
Dude, that's a great start.
It's volume 1. That's all even crazier. Like, could you imagine the next 6 or however many volumes they're going to do? It's pretty cool.
And I mean, well, this had to have come about. Remember when they acquired, wasn't it Shout that acquired like the Shaw Brothers stuff and like all that martial arts? They had to acquire this, and this is why they're doing it as well. Like, and there's a ton of stuff to pull from. You can do, like, obviously Foxy Brown is missing here. Well, Criterion has Shaft. The Shaft sequels. Scream and Shout already own Blackula. I mean, they could go, yeah, this is cool. This is really cool, man.
Awesome. What's the temperature in the chat on this one, Lindsay? What do we have a blaxploitation audience out there?
Yeah, we got a couple folks that say that they're picking this up. Bird Person said this is a day one purchase.
Yeah.
And now this said that they pre-ordered them. That they love these movies. Bring me more. Google's Trello Day said strong titles.
Strong titles.
I was not expecting those Black Caesar alone. And let me tell you this, for anyone out there who isn't, I'll give you a little, most of our audience would know Quentin Tarantino, right? Coffee. If you watch Jackie Brown, all the music in Jackie Brown, not the original songs, like not the Delphonics, not that stuff, but the musical interludes, they're all from Coffee. Like everything you hear in that movie that is not pop songs, that aren't pop songs, is from Coffee. It's Roy Ayers, who's like a jazz, legend. Basically.
Yeah, man. I mean, this set is really cool. I hope one day there's a set like this for something that I really like. I don't know what I'm even would be thinking of or dreaming about, but this is, I know, something that I felt like there's probably a good amount of people out there that would really like something like this.
I'm pre-ordering this tonight. Matt, another, I don't know. See, I'm going off on a whole bullshit aside here. On Chuck Turner soundtrack, right?
Yeah.
Isaac Hayes did the soundtrack for that. You know what sample came from that soundtrack?
No.
Mine's Playing Tricks on Me, Ghetto Boys.
Oh.
No, 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 no. No, 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 no. That's from like a song Isaac Hayes did on that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow. Bombshell news.
Yeah, dude. I can't believe this.
Bombshell news at the end of the stream. I'm glad I made your night, Russ.
You really did.
And Shout Select also, I know we talked about this, but now it's finally confirmed with artwork. Son of a Woman.
Hooah!
Number 179 is Son of a Woman. Shout Select number 179. So this could be on your shelf as well if you wanted, Russ.
I'm a big Chris O'Donnell fan. No, I'm not buying this.
You're not. I mean, my DVD's probably fine unless it's got disc rot.
I don't own a DVD. I'd be happy if my DVD.
Is it Warner Brothers?
I hope.
Let me check. Is my Son of a Woman got disc rot? No. Thank God my Regarding Henry is from Imprint.
No, I don't hate this movie. I don't want to put that out. I don't hate it, but it's nothing I need to own. I
like it.
I'll tell you this, dude. The guy who directed it, he's bona fide, man. He directed Beverly Hills Cop, which is one of it's Beverly Hills Cop.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I think he did Midnight Run also. I mean, he's got some classics.
Okay.
But maybe it's Chris O'Donnell. I don't know.
We had this Chris O'Donnell conversation already.
This movie just does not click for me at all. At all.
It didn't click for Chris O'Donnell either. He was hoping for something.
And come on, and this is that era. We need to pinpoint it. I don't know if it was Dick Tracy. I don't know if it was Son of a Woman. But one of these movies, Al Pacino just never spoke the same ever again.
I think it might have been this one.
Well, this is what it was like. He doubled down.
Yeah.
Oh, I got the Oscar for it. Hooah! In every fucking movie, But it might have started a little earlier. This cemented it.
I want him and Robert Loggia to have a conversation.
Dude, but it's so you ever go back and watch Godfather or Dog Day Afternoon?
Yeah, he talks like a normal human.
I know, you hear him
He
talk.
doesn't even look the same. It's like there's nothing about him that reminds me of the current or older Al Pacino. Nothing.
It's like he just aged 40 years in one weekend and started talking differently, looking differently.
Exactly.
Everything.
His voice, everything is different in Godfather. Everything.
So no, man, I'm not going to pick this up, but I'm not mad at anyone who would.
Not mad.
You're not upgrading your DVD?
I'm going to keep the DVD unless, like I said, unless it's got the old rot problem. Then I'll have to pick this up.
Disc rot.
Disc rot. I don't know.
Side effects may include owning Scent of a Woman, owning Regarding Henry.
Disc rot. Well, Shout Select, thanks for putting Scent of a Woman out for me, just in case as a backup, in case my DVD's got disc rot. I'll be looking to you very soon, I'm sure. One other, Scream Factory. Scream Factory has a title coming out that I'm actually
You pumped?
I'm excited for, but I'm curious to know what you're going to say when I show it.
Why? I support you in everything you do.
What Lies Beneath?
What the fuck is with you and Harrison Ford?
That's what I knew you were going to say.
Is there any movie? Have you ever seen a Harrison Ford movie and just said that sucked? It's an option, Matt.
Dude,
you don't have to like every movie the guy starred in.
I saw this movie in the theater.
Why?
I liked it.
No, I am judging you on this because we were 17 at this time.
We were,
dude. Get out of here.
We were. I was a young man.
I know it's Robert Zemeckis, and I know it's going to have its defenders. And honestly, it is probably perfectly serviceable entertainment.
It's a great thriller. I like it.
I saw it in the theater too.
There we go.
I don't think I ever watched it again though.
I haven't seen it again either. That's why I'm so pumped for the 25th anniversary.
Yeah, me too.
To celebrate it all over again. Harrison Ford and Michelle Pfeiffer.
25th anniversary.
It's a celebration.
Oh my God.
It's a celebration of What Lies Beneath.
Jesus.
No news on features yet.
You do know even Robert Zemeckis just did this movie because he had to take time off for Tom Hanks to age filming Castaway. He probably didn't even care. He was like, well, I'll take this job because I got to have the time elapse here.
Get off my plane. My favorite Harrison Ford line.
Who cares? No, for real. Is there any Harrison Ford movie you don't like?
I didn't kill my wife.
I guess that's a no. I'm serious. Because, dude, everything he does is great. He's human.
Well, not everything, sure, but What Lies Beneath is a cool movie.
Name one Harrison, not even bad. Name one Harrison Ford movie you don't like.
I like this tagline. He was the perfect husband until his one mistake followed them home.
I'm about to walk off this live stream. I've asked this question about
what's
three
the Harrison Ford movie I don't like?
Question.
Yeah.
That I don't like.
Hollywood Homicide. It's pretty tough, right?
I mean, that I don't like.
Sabrina. That shit kicked ass.
I didn't see that.
You should.
I liked Working Girl. I liked him in that.
Yeah.
Melanie Griffith. And who's the other girl I'm thinking missing on?
Sigourney Weaver.
Sigourney Weaver. We'll have to do a whole Harrison Ford segment. I know the audience out there
It'd be
loves
boring
it.
as hell. You're just gonna give him a blowjob the whole time.
Lindsay, before I look at the chat, tell me
Yes.
what's the feeling on What Lies Beneath?
Well-
Are the tides swaying in my direction or in Russ's favor here?
Okay, so Cinema Spirit says that What Lies Beneath is one of their mother's favorite films.
See? Do you see that? That should be
That-
the tagline there. One of my mother's favorite films.
That was a point in my corner, not yours.
Here's one from Dwayne The Rock Hudson. They rewatched What Lies Beneath a couple weeks ago, and they said it's much better than y'all remember, especially with what passes for movies these days.
You see?
I can. Yes, I'm sure that is 100% true.
And I feel like this is a pretty classic poster. That hand coming over the tub.
Classic? Matt, you like it. Don't
Come on.
classic. Come on.
You like it. Don't classic me.
Classic.
Russ, I'm going to buy this for you. I'm going to give it. You're going to take this motherfucker home. You're going to watch this motherfucker. Until you like What Lies Beneath. I don't care if it takes 5 times. Robert Loggia wants you to see it.
No, that effect, though, Lindsay, that you just mentioned or whoever mentioned, that is crazy. I read an article about this recently, and it was like the 10 movies that in the 90s we all collectively viewed as mid, but they play like masterpieces now.
Yes.
Even one Passenger 57 was one they were talking about, like, everyone enjoyed. I loved it, but it's like today it plays so much better, mainly due to just no CGI, just the locations, and you had to rely on the acting and characters more. You just connect more with them, and the bad ones inadvertently end up being kind of better than the recent ones due to everything just doesn't feel natural, doesn't feel like a location, et cetera, it's strange.
Well, there's one other specific reason why I remember really enjoying this movie that I feel like I can't say either, because it's like knowing too much, kind of like The Coffee Table.
Yeah, I know.
I want to share it with you. Should I mute my microphone and just say what it is?
Mute, I don't think. I mean, I could hear you in my headphones. I don't know.
Wait, let us know. Did he mute it? First off, who cares?
Yeah,
I do. I
mean,
like it.
You could have watched it 25 years ago and all the way
Here's
through.
a fun fact, dude. I didn't even finish the movie.
Oh, well, then I spoiled it for you.
You did, and I don't care. I think I remember even feeling that's what it was going to be watching it.
Oh, okay. Whatever.
And I know,
you were muted.
because you love the guy. Like, you never see him like that. I mean, name me another time.
Wait, you were muted.
See? I knew I was
It
muted.
came through my headphones, but I guess
But
not
I know
the
that's what's going through
live
your
stream.
head. You're like, name me another time. He's always the good guy.
Yeah, I don't know
He's
why you
always
love
there to save
Harrison
the
Ford
day
this
and
much,
kick
actually.
people off planes.
Look, man, I got a sweet spot for Harrison Ford, okay? I mean,
So
I know.
do I. Who
All
doesn't?
right, then.
But it's just, who doesn't? But
Let's
it's so
stop this
strange.
Harrison Ford hate train.
It's just a hate train. Get out of here. See, this is what's funny is it's no hate. It's just everybody loves Harrison Ford,
Yes.
but I think everybody, can be rational about it. And I think you're a little on the other side. I think not one movie.
I mean, I'm trying to think of a movie that I saw that I didn't like that he was in or he wasn't good in. And
Crystal Skull.
I didn't see it.
All right, so you just avoided.
I avoid the bad ones.
Gotcha.
I avoid the bad ones. Well, What Lies Beneath? I hope everyone is going to appreciate this out there, just like me. On its 25th anniversary, we'll do a toast to What Lies Beneath. Let's find out exactly when it came in the theater, and we'll all collectively toast on that day of its 25th anniversary.
Yeah. I think they declared it a national holiday.
They may have. I need more Ford in 4K.
Yeah. Ford K.
Ford K.
We need more Ford K.
We
More
do
4K.
have Red Monkey has a request, which I think could be cool.
Okay, Red Monkey.
Red Monkey said, Russ, can you give us the 10 mid-90s movies that play like masterpieces now, with Passenger 57 being one of them? Maybe you should do a short on that.
10.
It was an article I read, but you're asking me like just what are a couple?
Let's steal it.
What are a couple
Yeah, just
I think that
recycle
play
it,
better
please.
today? Ooh.
We'll just do the article, but we'll just do it as a video and not give credit.
Yeah.
And we'll just steal it straight up.
Okay, yeah, no, that's
That's how we
great.
roll.
Yeah.
Kino Russ announced 2 titles without any details at all, and I don't even know if there's release dates or anything, kind of like they like to do. They're like, hey, we got this movie. And it's like 5 years later, we finally get Night of the Hunter. Like, bullshit. But they did announce 2 titles I thought you might be interested in. Kingpin, Wayne's World 2.
I'm interested in one.
Wayne's World 2. It's pretty good.
Better than the original. Dare I say, not only it's better than the original Wayne's World, it's better than The Graduate, which it parodies. It's better than The Doors, which it parodies. I mean, Wayne's World 2, probably the best comedy of all time.
I'd like to give it another go. I remember not liking it.
Honestly, we're being sarcastic. I watched it 2 years ago, feeling the same way you did. Thinking like kind of what we were just discussing. Maybe after all these years, people were too harsh on it. Nah, you'll feel the same. I felt the same.
Okay.
It has moments.
Yeah.
It has some little funny moments, but it has this very depressing mood to it. I can't put my finger on. It has the vibe of like nobody wants to be here.
Okay.
Even the director. Like nothing about it feels fun. And you remember at that time, Wayne's World was already played out by the time that, the culture had kind of, I think Beavis and Butthead, and it just kind of moved on by the time,
That's probably another reason
and
why I
it's an SNL sketch, which can only go so far
Yeah.
in a film format. Kingpin, on the other hand, is a goddamn masterpiece.
Here we go.
Masterpiece. One of Bill Murray's best comedic performances. Watch it. Watch it.
Haven't seen it. And now that it's been announced, is it a blind buy situation for me?
It is the Farrelly Brothers' best movie.
I don't know why I didn't watch this at the time. I feel like something about the trailer didn't click with me, the humor or what I was seeing. It just didn't. I don't know why.
Dude, it is everyone. Randy Quaid's hilarious, Woody Harrelson. I know you will like it because for a Farrelly's Brothers movie, it has more of a Married with Children style of humor, and I know you love that.
Okay.
Where like the whole damn thing is just Woody getting roasted. You know what I mean? Every bad thing happens to him. And Woody, he's got that goofy look on his face, which makes it so funny, his reactions, And Bill Murray, I'm not kidding, dude. This is one of his best comedic performances. Ernie McCracken is a legend. He's a legend.
Okay. I mean, I've seen the clips and stuff, but I just have not seen this in its entirety. Dude. And it's a pretty well photoshopped poster.
You've been Munsoned for like 30 years now.
I got Munsoned. I don't know. So this is definitely a day one for you. Kino doing the Lord's work yet again.
Oh, yes.
All right.
I'm picking up Kingpin. Definitely.
Is there a big Kingpin audience out there, Lindsay?
Yeah. So Kirk Redgate said that Kingpin is well worth the upgrade. Bolo Young said Kingpin is a must own. Mozart's Ghost said Kingpin is a comedian's comedy.
There you go.
God, I love Mozart's Ghost.
I know he's got great comments. I like
that.
when he
you know
talks.
what? I know exactly what he mean. I know exactly what they mean by that. That's like I could picture the guys who make us laugh watching Kingpin and being like, "Yo, that's the one."
Yeah.
Like, out of all the Farrelly Brothers, because they're just little beats. Yeah. That's a great way of describing it.
Yeah, Matt, looks like you really need to get
time to get off my
one.
ass and watch Kingpin.
Bill Murray alone, I'm telling you, oh my God. I could watch his scenes on a loop.
All right. Yeah, okay. Well, I guess once we get more details on this, we'll share it. The notes new fresh 4K restoration, maybe some new interviews. Everybody's still around. They're all still active doing stuff other than Randy.
Yeah. And I think Bill and Woody are friends.
Yeah.
You know, they did that Zombieland thing. They came back together.
What about Vanessa Angel? What's she up to since this?
I have no idea. Well, Randy Quaid, he's doing really well.
He's doing great.
He is. No, I think he's the CEO of what's he doing these days? Really successful.
Very successful guy.
We're roasting him, but fuck that. I love him way more than Dennis. His brother can eat shit. I'm Randy Quaid all day.
All right, Randy.
We're going to make a video one day.
No, we won't.
Yes, we will. Where you're going to defend Dennis, and I'm going to go off about Randy.
I thought you were going to say we're going to roast Dennis. I'm like, I'm not making a video. To roast Dennis.
No. We're going to fight. We're going to debate.
We're going to fight over it.
Who has to go, Dennis or Randy? And I'm going to vote Randy stays. And who do you want to stay?
I guess we'll have to wait till we do that video.
Well, it'd have to be Dennis or the video wouldn't work.
It's Dennis. I want Dennis to stay.
Word.
Okay. Great talk. This is all the main news. There was two other. There's this one that I just saw today that I wanted to get your thoughts on too. Not a movie that I'm familiar with, but I'm wondering if you were. You know that studio Radiance Films? They're UK kind of offshoot of, I believe it was Criterion, perhaps.
Maybe
Arrow, perhaps.
I know what you mean.
I think it's Arrow, maybe.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Vinegar Syndrome.
I'm dropping the ball. Well, they just
we're
announced.
about to do some acapella. Oh man, this is like the boutique label acapella. Yeah, do what?
Well,
Arrow, Criterion.
They just announced their first 4K. Are you ready for it, Russ? Their first 4K. Come on, man. You left me hanging on our first freaking thing. For first 4K ever. And I just dropped it. Where'd it go? Here it is. Palindromes.
Oh, shit. Todd Solondz.
Todd Solondz Palindromes. As soon as I saw this, I was like, I got to show this to Russ.
And I'm all blind by it.
I got to show it. I didn't know if you had seen it.
I haven't, but it's like the one I haven't.
Yeah, so here it is.
Yeah, it's got Ellen Barkin in it.
It does.
Oh, wow.
It's got Ellen Barkin.
Okay, I've seen the first 20 minutes of it. And see, this is why you have to be a 4K king. I resorted to a different, to an alternative way of watching it. And it fell through. The copy I had, the audio, like after about 15 minutes in, it
fell through.
Yep. But I liked what I saw so far. It was definitely a Todd Solondz movie. But yeah, I would like to pick that up.
And then one other box that just kind of made me chuckle. It's nothing like weird or strange or whatever, but I don't know. I didn't even know why there was a news item for this. It just made me laugh. Sony Entertainment, they're kind of putting out, titles every once in a while, and they're putting out a movie called Bossa Nova, starring the one and only Antonio Fagundes.
Fuck yeah, dude.
I don't know. The best romantic comedy in ages. I don't know what this is, but when I saw this, it just made me laugh. Like this art, this title, the name of it, the people that are in it, Amy Irving and Antonio Fagundes.
Well, I mean, Amy Irving, she's an actress.
Bossa Nova. The best romantic comedy in ages, says Matt Zoller Seitz from New York Press. The first person that could tell me what this movie is.
Well, they mentioned that it's a romantic comedy twice on the cover.
They love that.
They really want you to know.
They want you to know that it's
a good catch, Lindsay.
They want you to know it's a comedy and it's romantic, and that Antonio Fagundes is going to look cool as shit the whole time. He's just going to have his glasses and jacket over his shoulder.
I like guys who wear sunglasses.
Amy Irving looks sprung for him.
She's sprung. She's sprung. I don't know what this is, but I just wanted to show this to you and to anyone else that's still out there watching, which we will. Let's bring up the chat as we close out the night and just engage.
No choice is yours.
Oh, you got a choice is yours, Russ? Should I tell you the coffee table thing?
We'd have to
on mute.
We'd have to freestyle it, but nah, you're right. We got enough. We've had enough.
Have you had enough?
I've had enough of your shit today.
I'm a huge fan of Dennis Quaid, Shaw84. Thank you, Shaw84. I know that I'll get a thumbs up on that.
But here's the question, Shaw.
You don't need to know any questions to anyone.
You have to get rid of one, Dennis or Randy. Sorry, Dennis got to go. Randy has The Last Detail. Randy has Kingpin.
Are you doing the video now?
Randy has Vacation. Randy's got
bangers. Independence Day.
Heat. Randy's got heat. Dennis has Inner Space, and that's it.
Radiance was started by the guy who left Arrow. Thank you, Mozart's Ghost. Thank you very much. Antonio Fagundes looks like Chris Connolly, says Dwayne The Rock Hudson. Yeah, Chris Connolly wishes. He's the most boring dude of all time. Did you see Antonio?
I can picture Chris Connolly putting the jacket over his shoulder. No, he's going to drop that damn thing.
Rico Gomez,
yes, he knows.
my new best friend in the chat. Dennis has Breaking Away, 1979. Rico Gomez, simpatico.
Nope.
We're simpatico.
I'm sorry, Rico. Last Detail is up here. Breaking Away is down. Come on. Nope.
That reminds me of one other thing. Since that got brought up, I wasn't going to bring this up.
Dude, Enemy Mine. You remember watching that as a kid?
Yeah, that shit was, yes.
The fucking makeup and all that.
Yes.
I don't even know what that
Louis
movie...
Gossett Jr.?
Yes, to this day, I don't even know what that damn movie's about, but I must have watched it like 20 times as a child.
Yeah, dude. I do.
And all I remember is that makeup, dude.
I don't know if you've heard of this movie or not. Hold on, let me...
Look, Randy's in ID4. I've never even seen Independence Day, but he's got that too.
Have you ever seen a movie called Fade to Black?
Yeah, horror flick.
Yeah.
Early 80s.
Yeah.
Vinegar Syndrome put that out at one point.
They did. Well, Scream Factory's putting that out too, and I didn't cover it just because it
really?
wasn't something that I knew too much
4K
about.
of that?
Yeah.
That's pretty sweet.
Do you know who
That's a
stars
good
in that?
title.
Dennis Christopher, the lead actor of Breaking Away, 1979.
I saw Breaking Away once. You act like I knew that guy's name or like I loved the movie or something.
Matt plays this movie any chance he gets.
I love Breaking Away.
Did you make my parents watch it?
I'm sorry, Lindsay.
No, it's okay.
Brokeback Mountain. Quaid's got Brokeback Mountain too. You're right. Nah, dude, get out of here. Dude, even Randy got duped into being in better movies than Dennis. Dennis tries to make good movies and fails. Randy just shows up as an extra on classic indie films.
Breaking Away was like Rocky for bike racing.
Yeah.
No
so
shit. That's exactly what they pitched it as. It was cynical as hell.
And wow,
Rocky was a success in 76. Wasn't it the same damn director?
No.
He didn't come back to do it. I know he did Karate Kid.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. If Rocky didn't exist, maybe I'll give you a break. But no, I'm not. Fuck y'all. We're comparing Rocky and Breaking Away. No, I'm not doing
He
that.
said it's like the Rocky of bike racing.
I'm saying I reject that premise. It's not like Rocky. No, we're not putting them in the same damn sentence.
I reject your premise.
No. Come on.
Wow.
Earlier, we had a good entry into the horrific child deaths in movies. One
This has got to be a video. Go. What is it, Lindsay?
Hereditary.
Yes.
And then I was thinking Mother. That's got to be, I think, number one.
Yeah. I mean, you could make a whole list of just baby death.
There's a lot of baby
I
death.
know. I think that's more baby death because when you think about it, child death, what hits you is that you spent time with them. In Mother, it's all hell's broken. We kind of know what's. It's.
I'm not attached to that baby.
No,
we didn't
let it get ripped apart.
We didn't know exactly what they were going to do with the baby.
We didn't know its name. Who cares?
But let's be honest. We knew that baby wasn't making it out alive.
None of your business says Dennis was Jerry Lee Lewis, which I didn't see. Balls of Fire. Randy's in Paper Moon too, so yeah, Randy wins.
Yeah, I'm telling you, that's the thing. Randy has legit dramatic classics. Dennis Quaid has Jaws 3.
Toddler body horror. I know this sounds like there's enough interest that if we put this video out, everyone would instantly flock to it to be like, oh my god, they did it.
There could be many offshoots of this premise.
You crazy son of a bitch, you did it.
I mean, you're right. Next we could do Randy Quaid versus
anyone except for Dennis.
I know you guys are talking about child death.
Randy and Quick Change, Bird Person. I know.
As you often do.
We just watched Quick Change the other day for family movie night.
Quick Change. Oh my god, he's like one of my favorite actors. I'm realizing this now. Come on, dude. Randy Quaid.
Let's just do a video about him and how great he is.
For real.
I think Dennis is a classic actor, says Shaw 84.
Dude, come on.
I like to
Dennis. No. Here's what Dennis Quaid is, guys, and I'm sorry. I'm going to lay it out for you. Matt, you need to hear this. Dennis Quaid is third-rate Harrison Ford, which is probably why you like him so much. Going back,
not second rate.
No, Tom Selleck is second-rate Harrison Ford.
Tom Selleck ain't shit. What do you like Tom Selleck in?
Quigley Down Under. I'm not falling in that trap. Our audience, they were angry at us for not respecting Quigley and Magnum PI.
Dude, there's someone that commented like the other day on that video from like 3 years ago, roasting me for that.
You're right. I take it back. Dennis Quaid is fourth-rate fucking Harrison Ford. Number 2 is Kevin Costner. Number 3 is Tom Selleck. And then number 4 is Dennis Quaid.
Dennis Quaid versus Kevin Dunn.
Kevin Dunn all day.
It looks like, I think Randy's definitely pulling ahead here.
Quigley. All right, Randy. Is Randy and Quigley down under? You got that too?
He plays Australia.
He plays Australia. I definitely think we should figure out a way to craft this video and somehow find a way to post it so that it gets to the people and doesn't get immediately like restricted and taken down.
Yeah, it doesn't get to the authorities
At all. No, I think this is a great. Russ is on fire, says Vincent Doyle. Can't argue with that, Russ.
I mean, for real, that is. And come on.
Sorrento, at least Dennis Quaid has played lead roles. Has he ever had a lead?
You're saying Randy is not. All right, but what's
has
more
he ever
important?
had one?
But this is a chicken or egg, or the egg or whatever the fuck.
Has he really never been a lead?
Probably not. But hear me out. Hear me out, though. This is what's more important. Would you rather be a lead in lackluster films that nobody ultimately gives a fuck about? You know, they'll hit here and there, but you're kind of like that guy to most people.
Okay.
Or would you rather be a character actor who shows up in multiple classics, both drama and comedy?
Okay. I like Shaw 84. He is committed. He's like, I agree. Dennis is leading material. He's committed to the Dennis Quaid call.
I'll tell you this, Dennis is making a comeback, man.
He is.
Substance.
There's a new trailer I just saw that he's in that kind of looks kind of...
He's playing ball now. Randy, he's off the grid.
He's off the grid.
Talking to fucking tin cans or something. Who knows what he's doing? But Dennis, he's... And Inner Space, no. Inner Space, give Joe Dante credit for that. It could have been anybody. You know, like I said, fourth rate. Joe Dante, I guarantee you, went to Kevin Costner first. Then he went to Tom Selleck, and he was like, "Oh shit, I'm sorry, Martin Short. We got to get this. We got to get Randy's brother."
Unless you're hiring Antonio Fagundes, it couldn't be anyone but Dennis in Inner Space.
That goes without saying. That's like Hollywood rule number 4080. Everyone knows that.
Get Antonio on set. You can't get him? All right, Dennis, I guess.
Randy is a lead in Kingpin.
Wouldn't you say?
Yes. Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
Who is the lead? Is it him?
Him and Woody.
They're co-leading.
Yeah, it's not her story. And Bill Murray and what's her name? Vanessa. I don't even know her name. How did you know her name?
It was on the top of
It was
the
on
box.
the cover.
I was about to say, I don't even know her name in real life.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, I feel like people are slowly coming around to the Dennis Quaid side of things.
And now this, didn't Randy move to Canada? All right. And now this, I'll concede. When it comes to mental competence, I feel like Dennis is winning. But filmography and acting, it's Randy all day.
But you know what? I will say, which is kind of, I mean, it's what's cool of Dennis. I've seen him in recent interviews for stuff that he's doing, and everybody obviously is like, "What is, is your relationship so strong with your brother?" Because obviously he's gone a little kooky. But Dennis always is like, "I love my brother. He's a great actor. He's this." He always is like bigging him up, and I feel like lesser people might be like, even say like, "Oh, I don't want to talk about it," or whatever. He's like, "No, this guy deserves respect." And I feel like he has said that many times in interviews I've seen. So he's also a great big brother, little brother, big brother.
Dude, Randy Quaid was around before him.
He's a great little brother.
So you got to educate yourself on this, man. You're not even
ready to play this game.
I can't even argue this with you.
You're like a child who just found out who Dennis Quaid is and Randy Quaid is.
Go be a cutter. Go watch your Breaking Away. Go ride your bike.
All right. Anything else from the audience?
Hey,
anything else from you, Lindsay? Before we get out of here, Russ, anything else from you?
Before we get out of here, Cutters isn't a bad movie. I'm not. Or Breaking Away. I'm calling it Cutters.
It's a great movie.
Cutters.
I hope to watch that movie many more times in my lifetime.
No, it's not a terrible movie.
I love it. I hope it gets 4K treatment. The Blu-ray I've got's on Twilight Time.
I could see Criterion or something.
Hell yeah. Oh, God.
Or Kino. That's a Kino title.
Dude, if Criterion hit that up, oh man, I would text you so fast. It'd be like dog fight all over again. I'd be putting that right in the movie night chat.
Buy me dinner first. Nah, dude, that's a Kino title.
We'll see. We'll see. I grew up loving Kurt Russell and Dennis Quaid.
Oh, but Kurt Russell.
Yeah.
Kurt Russell's up here. Oh my God.
Is he second rate Harrison Ford? No,
Kurt Russell is Kurt Russell.
That's true. He's fucking
what are
just
you
Kurt Russell.
About? That's Snake Plissken. That's Jack Burton.
That is Jack Burton.
Get out of here.
Get out of here. Jack Burton. All right, everyone. Well, It's been great. And now this, you are welcome for all these lives.
Vincent Doyle, watch from the beginning.
Spoiler alert, we're not going to tell you. Watch, go back.
Joined too late. Has Russ seen WITHNAIL yet? Watch from the beginning.
Notorious Murders. Have we watched Reacher on Amazon Prime Video? I have not. The closest I got to watching Reacher was watching the trailer of the Tom Cruise movie. I didn't even see that.
Yeah, I haven't.
But that guy, what's his name? Alan Rickman? He's pretty badass, that dude. He looks pretty...
Rickman.
Richmond? Something like that. He seems like a tough dude. He seems like a good Reacher. Better than Tom Cruise, I'll be honest. That guy seems like he's at least 6 foot.
I thought it was Jim from The Office. What am I thinking?
Jack Ryan?
Oh, yeah. That's
he's Jack Ryan. He's at like a war zone. He's like Afghanistan now.
Oh, shit.
From The Office.
That Reacher guy, when he's up on our TV screen, like, you know how it's like the slideshow of things you can watch, his shoulders, like his body just takes up the whole screen.
He is a massive banner.
A massive man. I'm like, who is that?
Matt loves having just French fries for dinner. I don't know what that means, Cinema Spirit.
What does that mean?
What does that mean, for God's sake? Well, Richson, there we go. What did I say? I said Richson. Yeah. All right. I guess it's time to go.
Yeah, we didn't talk about The Who, Tommy.
Oh, no, I haven't seen that either. So I didn't pick it up. That was a Shout Select 4K too. Yeah. Well, it's been a pleasure hanging out with everyone tonight. Thank you so much for spending your evening with us. For everybody that was here, commented, engaged with us, we really appreciate it. Come back next time, 2 weeks from now, where we'll be back. We've got our Kill Bill 1 video coming up, our Kill Bill 2 video up, our Child Death video coming up.
And keep an eye out for those shorts. I mean, I don't know what the algorithm's trying to do to us, but I expected a much higher reaction, man.
They're trying to keep us down.
Them to just like go through the roof, and lo and behold, they hit the roof and kind of hung out there, man.
Thank you, Matt Mead. Thank you, Jordan, for sending all these titles. We really appreciate it. Again, you guys are awesome. Love all of you out there. We will see, like I said, everyone very soon. Lindsay, do you have any final words before we get out of here?
No, just thank you so much. That was fun. Always a pleasure.
Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure.
See you guys soon.
Do we have our... I can't hear if our... Is our outro music playing?
It's playing. We
just can't hear it tonight. I think our...
He was giving you a reference to Breaking Away. Look, the French.
I do like French fries for dinner.